Elon Musk has stirred up excitement in the aviation world yet again with a surprising new announcement that's got everyone talking. The tech genius has just revealed that the SR-72, one of the fastest jets ever made, is finally ready to take to the skies. This futuristic aircraft promises to change the game for the military with its cutting-edge features and unmatched speed. But what are the potentials of this incredible piece of technology, and how will the SR-72 affect military technology and missions? Join us as we unveil the new and improved features of the SR-72 Darkstar, which is getting ready for action. In 2006, Lockheed Martin began secretly developing a new hypersonic aircraft that would succeed the legendary Blackbird. This project remained under wraps for 7 years before it was finally revealed to the public in 2013. This high-speed aircraft would use a groundbreaking engine that combines 2 or even 3 different jet engine types into one powerful system. Leland explained that the propulsion mechanism was based on a traditional turbofan engine, similar to either the Pratt & Whitney F100 or the General Electric AV-110. This turbofan engine would allow the aircraft to take off from a complete stop and reach supersonic speeds comparable to those of conventional fighter jets. As the aircraft approached Mach 3, the second part of the engine would kick in, providing an additional boost. This second part is believed to be a dual-mode ramjet, which uses the intense pressure of incoming air at supersonic speeds and a specially designed intake to create controlled shock waves for compression. With this innovative engine design, the aircraft could surpass the SR-71's impressive speed record of Mach 3.2, potentially reaching speeds beyond the hypersonic threshold of Mach 5 and even approaching the fictional Mach 10 speed of the Darkstar aircraft, which was developed in collaboration with the Skunk Works team. This advanced engine concept is known as a turbine-based combined cycle (TBCC) engine. While Lockheed Martin focused on the overall design of the aircraft, a company named AET Rocketdyne was responsible for developing the engine. Initially, the aircraft was intended to reach speeds of Mach 6 or higher, but it was primarily designated as an intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance (IOSR) platform with strike capabilities. This means it could carry various payloads, including munitions for targeting ground enemies. Leland mentioned that this new aircraft could serve as a hypersonic missile launch platform, but it is now more likely that it will be equipped with lower-cost munitions specifically designed for use at hypersonic speeds. In the United States, hypersonic missiles are currently under development, featuring several designs, but they are generally much more expensive than traditional munitions. The extreme pressure and heat from high-speed flight creates significant engineering challenges, especially when launching or dropping weapons at such velocities. However, these challenges are not impossible to overcome. Lockheed demonstrated the ability to launch air-to-air missiles at speeds over Mach 3 with the YF-12, a weaponized version of the SR-71. The potential of the SR-72 goes beyond just striking capabilities. Its ability to rapidly gather intelligence about any target on Earth would be crucial for the United States in 21st century conflicts, especially across the vast Pacific region. While many people think satellites provide continuous global surveillance, the truth is that there aren't enough satellites to achieve comprehensive coverage. Moreover, the predictable orbits of satellites make it relatively easy to hide information from them. This limitation has led to increased funding for modern intelligence-gathering aircraft, ranging from the MQ-1 Predator to highly advanced models, whose official names remain undisclosed, like the Northrop Grumman RQ-180. Despite the significant investments the U.S. has made in developing spy planes over recent years, all these platforms currently fly at subsonic speeds. This means that timely intelligence gathering relies heavily on the aircraft's location and availability. For example, the MQ-9 drone can stay in the air for over 24 hours. But with a cruising speed of just 20 to 30 miles per hour, it takes over an hour to fly from New York to Boston and more than 10 hours for a cross-country trip. In stark contrast, a hypersonic aircraft capable of reaching Mach 6, approximately 4,600 miles per hour, could cover the distance between New York and Boston in less than 5 minutes and travel from New York to Los Angeles in about half an hour. In June 2017, Rob Weiss, the Executive Vice President and General Manager for Skunk Works at Lockheed Martin, announced that they had completed testing the turbine-based combined cycle hypersonic propulsion system for the SR-72. He indicated that they were close to starting work on a flight research vehicle designed to showcase the aircraft's ability to take off using conventional turbofan power, reach supersonic speeds, and then switch to a sophisticated dual-mode scramjet to achieve maximum speeds beyond Mach 6. By September 2017, reports surfaced of witnesses seeing the vehicle flying over Palmdale, California, the home of Skunk Works. In February 2018, Jack Oyen, Lockheed Martin's Vice President of Strategy, confirmed to the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics that the SR-72 flight research vehicle was already in the air. He later told the Wall Street Journal that the aircraft was agile at hypersonic speeds and that its engine starts were reliable. However, just as interest in the SR-72 was growing, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the introduction of several new Russian weapons, including 2 missile systems capable of exceeding Mach 5. Following his address, Lockheed Martin removed all mentions of the SR-72 program from its website and stopped providing updates from its senior executives about its progress. Nevertheless, the company continued its work as if the SR-72 was still part of its development plans. In the second quarter of 2022, Lockheed reported a pre-tax loss of $225 million on a classified aeronautics program that had just undergone a thorough review. Yet 3 months later, Lockheed Martin's filings indicated that the client for this project had signed an agreement to modify the contract's scope and pricing, suggesting a fixed-price incentive fee contract was in place, meaning Lockheed Martin would not absorb these cost overruns. Considering the ongoing budget overruns, which have now reached $335 million, it seems that the overall budget for this program is considerably higher. However, this isn't the only sign of a highly classified aircraft being developed for the U.S. Air Force. There is strong evidence to suggest that this program has moved past the development stage and may be entering full production. Notably, reports indicate that a large new production facility has been built at the Skunk Works headquarters in Palmdale, California, known as Building 648. A significant number of new employees have been hired to work in this facility. Lockheed Martin completed Building 648 in August 2021, describing it as an intelligent, flexible factory designed to minimize the time and capital needed to establish new production lines. The company has incorporated advanced artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and sophisticated robots known as Combined Operation Bolting and Robotic Auto Drill Systems, COBRAs, into this facility. As revealed by Skunk Works, these new robots have already demonstrated their capabilities in producing a technology test bed that led to the creation of the X-59 quiet supersonic transport test aircraft. However, it seems that Skunk Works is involved in a broader range of activities than just constructing 1 or 2 technology demonstrators in Building 648. From February 2018, when the SR-72 went dark in public discussions, to September 2023, Lockheed Martin has expanded its Advanced Development Programs Unit, a part of its aeronautics division, by 75%. Over these 5 years, the company hired more than 2,300 new employees, and hundreds of job openings are still posted on their careers page. Additionally, statements from Skunk Works officials suggest that low-rate production of a particular item is currently underway. In 2022, Skunk Works General Manager John Clark informed the press that they were actively engaged in various endeavors, emphasizing that while they could not disclose specific details due to security concerns, low-rate production was ongoing in Palmdale. Clark pointed out that although Skunk Works is famous for rapid prototyping, it has historically served as a manufacturing center for advanced aircraft like the SR-71 and F-117. He reiterated that his team at Skunk Works is not just focused on producing experimental prototypes, but is also dedicated to developing high-performance operational aircraft. Rumors about the Lockheed Martin SR-72 program may have once been brushed off as mere speculation within the aviation community. But a growing body of evidence now suggests that the SR-72 is indeed a reality. In 2013, an exciting article on Lockheed Martin's website caught the attention of aviation enthusiasts. Titled "Speed is the New Stealth," it announced that a new hypersonic aircraft was being developed at the company's Skunk Works facility. This aircraft was anticipated to set a groundbreaking standard for both speed and stealth in American aerospace technology. The news was particularly surprising because it came almost 23 years after the retirement of the legendary SR-71, a remarkable American stealth spy plane. The SR-71 had been retired for several reasons. It was very expensive to maintain at a time when military budgets were tightening, and it faced new challenges from advanced Soviet surface-to-air missiles. Additionally, by the late 20th century, newer, more affordable reconnaissance technologies, like satellites, had proven capable of gathering detailed intelligence from deep within Soviet territory. As the 2000s progressed, the CIA also began utilizing armed predator drones in Afghanistan, showcasing the effectiveness and potential of unmanned aerial vehicles as a key asset for the U.S. military in the 21st century. Given these advancements, Lockheed Martin believed that their vision for a new unmanned hypersonic aircraft capable of flying 6 times the speed of sound would soon become a reality. They highlighted innovative production techniques and recent developments in collaboration with Aerojet Rocketdyne, which involved combining a standard turbine engine with a supersonic combustion ramjet engine to power the new aircraft. The article in 2013 hinted that this exciting new aircraft, which Aviation Week had already nicknamed the Son of Blackbird, would be taking flight soon, signaling that America's next powerful stealth plane was just on the horizon. However, despite the initial excitement surrounding the announcement of the SR-72, the story soon faded back into the shadows of highly classified military projects. Over the years, sporadic articles have kept the rumors alive about what could potentially be the fastest aircraft ever built if it were to go into production. Recently, interest in the SR-72 program has surged, with some enthusiasts drawing connections to the fictional Darkstar plane from the movie Top Gun: Maverick. This connection has sparked fresh speculation about how close we might be to finally witnessing the real Son of Blackbird. After years of uncertainty regarding the SR-72's development, there are now promising signs that this next-generation hypersonic aircraft may soon be entering production. Recent reports from Aviation Week and other outlets have brought to light a secret Lockheed Martin program that went over budget by $45 million in the second quarter of 2024, with total losses since 2022 reaching a staggering $335 million. These expenses likely stem from early preparations, indicating that Lockheed Martin is making significant investments in a project they hope the Department of Defense will recognize and support. Historically, Skunk Works has initiated similar projects, banking on the hope that they would eventually receive government funding, much like the D-21 drone project. Hints that Lockheed Martin's secret contracts may involve intricate design and systems integration were also noted by Aviation Week reporter Steve Trimble, referencing the original 2013 article about the SR-72. That article suggested that the aircraft could be operational by 2030, implying that the company may still be following the ambitious timeline set over a decade ago. In April, before the recent reports, the debrief attempted to gather updates on the SR-72's progress by reaching out to the Director of Integrated Communications at Lockheed Martin Skunk Works for details on the program's status, first mentioned in 2013. Unfortunately, no response was received, leaving many aviation fans eagerly awaiting more information about this elusive aircraft. Lockheed Martin's recent overspending sheds light on the exciting yet risky endeavor of developing advanced aircraft in today's world. The future of this ambitious project hinges on the success of the test aircraft, which may begin flying as soon as 2025. It must demonstrate its strategic value to potential military clients. Unlike the iconic SR-71 from the Cold War era, the new SR-72 is designed to offer much more than just reconnaissance. This unmanned aircraft is expected to feature advanced attack capabilities and, with its hypersonic speeds, could potentially become the fastest attack plane ever created, outpacing the current drones used by the U.S. military. Brad Leland, who was Lockheed Martin's program manager for hypersonics in 2013, highlighted the groundbreaking potential of hypersonic aircraft combined with hypersonic missiles. He stated that these technologies could breach restricted airspace and strike nearly any target on a continent in less than an hour. Leland emphasized that the incredible speed of such aircraft represents the next significant leap in aviation, crucial for countering emerging threats over the coming decades. He also pointed out that this technology could transform the battlefield in ways similar to how stealth technology has done in recent years. These ideas are still relevant more than a decade later, emphasizing the need for an aircraft that merges speed and flexibility, both essential elements for modern warfare. However, even with the SR-72's promising advantages, the U.S. Air Force is already engaged in numerous costly projects, placing strain on the defense budget. This raises concerns about whether the expenses associated with producing and maintaining a new fleet of advanced aircraft are feasible. If Lockheed Martin successfully develops the SR-72, their bold investment could elevate the American military to a leadership position in hypersonic aviation, despite recent reports indicating that the U.S. has fallen behind other countries in this area. The future of this aircraft, often referred to as the son of the Blackbird, remains uncertain. Still, if current rumors about Lockheed Martin's secret project are accurate, the SR-72 could be operational by the early 2030s, representing a significant return on a substantial investment that could revolutionize military aviation. The SR-72 is designed with enhanced capabilities and will utilize advanced materials such as carbon-carbon composites, which can withstand higher temperatures than the titanium skin used on the SR-71. This innovation offers even more exciting possibilities. The Darkstar, as it is also known, is expected to boast remarkable speed, stealth, and versatility. The prototype, whether already in operation or not, will incorporate advanced avionics and potentially artificial intelligence AI systems for autonomous operations, capabilities that previous hypersonic aircraft lacked. A defining feature of the SR-72 is its ability to reach hypersonic speeds of up to Mach 6, significantly faster than the SR-71's maximum speed. This remarkable velocity enables it to outrun missiles and evade current air defense systems, giving the United States a strategic edge in reconnaissance and potential strike missions in heavily protected regions. Lockheed Martin is collaborating with Aerojet Rocketdyne to develop a special turbine-based combined cycle propulsion system that will enable the aircraft to cruise at speeds exceeding Mach 6. While there are engines capable of propelling an aircraft at hypersonic speeds, they cannot be used for takeoff and landing. Thus, the Darkstar requires an engine that can operate effectively throughout the entire flight profile. The turbine engine will provide thrust until the aircraft reaches Mach 3, at which point a dual-mode ramjet will take over, powering the flight at hypersonic speeds. To minimize drag, the aircraft will utilize a single inlet nozzle for both the turbine engine and the ramjet. The capabilities of this mysterious aircraft are vital in the context of major power conflicts. Its rapid intelligence gathering and strike capabilities align with the U.S. national defense strategy, which emphasizes readiness for high-intensity conflicts with nations such as Russia and China. The aircraft's speed and stealth make it an essential asset for bolstering air defenses. Its development reflects a strategic shift in U.S. military planning towards more adaptable and dynamic platforms, capable of operating in complex future battlefields. This evolution aligns with the Pentagon's focus on modernizing technologies in space, cybersecurity, and autonomous systems. However, stealth technology may pose challenges for an aircraft of this nature, as radar-absorbing materials may struggle to withstand extreme temperatures. Additionally, the jet's large infrared signature could make it difficult to conceal. The aircraft might leave a detectable trail similar to that of the SR-71, but its incredible speed and ability to quickly vacate an area allow it to outrun most non-hypersonic missiles. These concerns are primarily theoretical at this point. Regarding weaponry, conventional bombs and missiles may not be suitable for the Darkstar, as they risk collision after being launched. To prevent such dangerous incidents, the aircraft will be equipped with laser systems instead of traditional weapons, showcasing its cutting-edge technology and strategic vision for the future of military aviation. The aircraft is currently fitted with a strong, updated laser system that produces 350 kilowatts of energy. This modern laser can cut through 5 inches of metal easily. One of the biggest advantages of using laser weapons is that they can be smoothly integrated into the aircraft's body. This design not only allows for easy use when needed, but also keeps the aircraft's shape, which is important for reaching incredible speeds known as hypersonic speeds. Another interesting aspect of the SR-72 is its cockpit design, which is smartly made to be almost invisible when seen from the front. This design is similar to the X-59, a project being developed by the Skunk Works division. In the exciting movie Top Gun: Maverick, The SR-72 shows off its advanced synthetic vision systems that allow pilots to see what's directly ahead without regular windows. Additionally, a picture of the Darkstar on Lockheed Martin's website shows a special port located on the upper part of the body. This port is usually used for astronomical navigation systems, playfully called R2-D2, honoring the famous robot from the Star Wars universe. Just like its predecessor, the SR-72 is equipped with the most advanced sensors and top-quality cameras that can capture images spanning 100 miles in a single shot. But there's much more to the SR-72 than just its impressive features. This aircraft is being considered as a potential candidate for the next-generation air dominance NGAD fighter for the U.S. Air Force. It is set to include some of the most cutting-edge technologies ever created. According to the Air Force's biennial acquisition report for the fiscal years 2019 and 2020, the NGAD fighter aims to improve its stealth abilities by using a unique triangular shape. This design will allow it to carry its load internally, removing the need for traditional vertical stabilizers, which are usually used to keep aircraft steady in flight. This groundbreaking design makes the SR-72 the first fighter jet in history to feature such an innovative approach. Traditionally, vertical stabilizers were essential for keeping flight stability until the idea of active flow control was introduced, notably with the B-2 Spirit bomber. Active flow control involves using onboard computers to constantly adjust airflow around the aircraft, copying how birds fly. This method results in better stealth capabilities, which explains why the B-2 has an astonishing price tag of $2 billion and why NASA invested a remarkable $1 billion in developing the SR-72. Furthermore, Congress has allocated over $10 billion for the Air Force's NGAD program in the coming years, and the Navy has requested more than $9 billion in its budget for advanced technologies over the next 5 years. The SR-72, as the NGAD fighter, is designed with state-of-the-art sensors that will allow it to find targets, friendly forces, and points of interest from tens of miles away. It can also engage these targets with impressive accuracy. These advanced sensors feature maximum connectivity, enabling them to share information with other aircraft in the fleet, regardless of whether they are sixth-generation fighters or not. This ability ensures that all members of the United States military are connected to vital information in real time. Instead of relying on traditional radar systems mounted on aircraft, the U.S. military plans to use smart electronic skins integrated into the aircraft's structure. This new technology will improve sensor sensitivity and flexibility while enhancing communication throughout the fleet and facilitating remote control operations. In addition to its exceptional sensors, the SR-72 will be armed with powerful laser weapons capable of hitting targets with unmatched accuracy, along with a mix of high-performance guns and missiles. The aircraft will also be equipped with advanced AETP engines, allowing it to reach subsonic, transonic, and supersonic speeds, all developed at a staggering cost of over $6 billion. When it comes to fighter jets, you can expect an impressive array of technology, including top-notch electronic warfare systems, countermeasures, avionics, and communication tools. Despite the already advanced features these aircraft possess, history has shown us that there is always room for improvement. This lesson applies not just to the United States, but to other countries as well. As rival nations continue to develop their military capabilities, it becomes clear that even the most advanced aircraft can be made better. Let's take a closer look at some key differences between the iconic SR-71 and its anticipated successor, the SR-72. What makes the SR-72 stand out? The Lockheed SR-72 is a cutting-edge, hypersonic, unmanned reconnaissance aircraft currently being developed by the United States, with plans for it to enter service around 2030. This aircraft is designed for future intelligence-gathering missions and features a state-of-the-art propulsion system developed by Aerojet Rocketdyne. This unique engine combines a traditional turbine engine with a dual-mode ramjet, using a shared inlet and nozzle to achieve astonishing speeds of up to 4,576 miles per hour. This makes the SR-72 one of the fastest aircraft ever imagined. Unlike its predecessor, the SR-71, the SR-72 is unmanned and relies completely on advanced autonomous systems for operation. Currently, it is not designed to carry weapons, focusing solely on reconnaissance missions. So far, no production units of the SR-72 have been completed. The Lockheed SR-71, often referred to as the Blackbird, was a groundbreaking aircraft known for its high altitude and high-speed reconnaissance capabilities. First introduced in 1966, it was designed to evade enemy defenses during the Cold War. The SR-71 was powered by two Pratt & Whitney J58 engines, which generated an impressive 32,500 pounds of thrust each. This power allowed the aircraft to reach speeds of up to 2,272 miles per hour, making it the fastest manned aircraft of its era. The SR-71 required a crew of two, a pilot and a reconnaissance systems officer, and a total of 32 units were produced during its operational life. Like the SR-72, the SR-71 was unarmed and relied on sophisticated reconnaissance and surveillance equipment to gather intelligence while remaining undetected. Since the first news about the SR-72 broke in November 2013, many rumors and misconceptions have circulated regarding this aircraft. One of the most notable is the speculation about its name, Darkstar. This name gained popularity after appearing in the movie Top Gun: Maverick, where Tom Cruise's character pilots it at remarkable speeds. Although the scenes featuring Darkstar were thrilling, Lockheed Martin has not officially confirmed this name for the SR-72. The closest known nickname is Son of Blackbird, mentioned in a 2013 report. It's important to clarify that the jet seen in Top Gun: Maverick is a fictional creation made specifically for the film and not an accurate representation of the real SR-72. While there are no real photos of the SR-72 yet, some concept designs provide a sneak peek at what it may look like. The movie's version was developed with the help of aviation experts, including those involved in the real SR-72 project. For filming, a full-size model was constructed for the hangar scenes, and a different aircraft was used for in-flight shots. Although we still don't know the official name or appearance of the SR-72, or whether it will truly achieve speeds of Mach 10, we can speculate about its engine and fuel types. It's believed that the SR-72 will utilize advanced engines known as turbine-based, combined-cycle hypersonic engines. These engines merge turbojet technology with jet engines to help the aircraft reach speeds over Mach 5 and potentially even Mach 10. It may also use the same special JP7 fuel as the SR-71 Blackbird, which is known for being the fastest plane ever made. However, it's been a decade since these details were discussed, so there may be new advancements in the works. Lockheed Martin is likely developing more than just engines and fuel for the SR-72. They aim for it to break the speed records set by the SR-71. Achieving speeds over Mach 6 presents challenges for both the aircraft and its systems. To handle these extreme velocities, advanced materials are essential. Bradley Leland noted that flying faster than Mach 6 necessitates specialized materials that can withstand high temperatures. The design principles of the SR-71 will likely inform the SR-72's material choices. The new aircraft may also incorporate carbon fiber composites and stealth technologies derived from the SR-71 and the F-35, even though these enhancements could significantly increase costs and raise questions about whether traditional stealth materials can endure the extreme speeds and heat of the SR-72. While primarily designed for surveillance, the SR-72 might also include advanced weapon systems and hypersonic missiles. These missiles could travel at speeds around 5 times the speed of sound, roughly 4,000 miles per hour, allowing them to cover long distances quickly, such as from New York to Beijing in just about an hour and 40 minutes. Bradley Leland stated in 2013 that if the SR-72 were to carry such weapons, it could strike any target on Earth in under an hour. In 2023, Lockheed Martin executive Rob Weiss mentioned that this technology is nearly ready and that the company is collaborating with DARPA to make it operational soon. The only uncertainty that remains is whether the systems will be ready by the time the SR-72 officially takes to the skies. What do you think about the SR-72 Darkstar being ready for action? Let us know your answer in the comments section. The secret of the USAF's strength lies within the core of its powerful fighters. From investing billions of dollars into its sector to pushing the boundaries of technology, The Air Force has succeeded in ruling the skies with aircraft that are stealthy, agile, exceptionally fast, and almost unbeatable. Which of the U.S. aircraft is a symbol of the Air Force's unique strengths? What makes them better than other aircraft in the world? Join us as we reveal the USAF's new supersonic airfighters that are ready for battle. Let's begin with the fighter jet that has made its name known across the world. As a product of the Joint Task Fighter program, the F-35 capabilities were the definition of perfection. This aircraft is an American family of one-seat, one-engine stealth fighter jets that are built for air superiority and attack missions. It can also perform electronic warfare, gather intelligence, and carry out surveillance. The F-35A is the U.S. Air Force's latest fifth-generation fighter that will replace the U.S. Air Force's aging fleet of F-16 Fighting Falcons and A-10 Thunderbolt IIs, which have been the primary fighter aircraft for more than 20 years, and bring with it an enhanced capability to survive in the advanced threat environment in which it was designed to operate. With its aerodynamic performance and advanced integrated avionics, this aircraft will provide next-generation stealth, enhanced situational awareness, and reduced vulnerability for the United States and allied nations. The F-35A is a powerful fighter jet that helps the U.S. Air Force and its allies control the skies, anywhere, anytime. It's fast, flexible, and stealthy, built to handle tough missions with incredible agility. Its advanced sensors gather and share more information than any jet before it, giving pilots a huge edge over enemies. Its strong computing power and advanced sensors make it a key tool for defending the homeland, working with allies, and winning major battles. Since logistics support makes up 2/3 of an aircraft's cost over its lifetime, the F-35 is built for high reliability and easy maintenance. It uses a modern support and training system connected with advanced technology. The Autonomic Logistics Information System, or ALIS, helps by tracking the aircraft's performance, configuration, upgrades, and maintenance. It also predicts issues before they happen, manages operations and training, and supports mission planning. ALIS works behind the scenes to keep the F-35 running smoothly and improve mission success. The F-35's electronic sensors include the Electro-Optical Distributed Aperture System, which gives pilots a full view around the aircraft, improving missile and aircraft warnings, as well as day and night vision. It also has the Electro-Optical Targeting System, which helps detect and target ground threats from long distances and spot air threats from far away. The F-35 helmet is the most advanced of its kind, showing all the intelligence and targeting info pilots need right on the visor. It has advanced data links that let it securely share information with other aircraft, surface units, and ground platforms during missions. Partner nations of the Joint Strike Fighter program use shared communication systems and web-based logistics, making it easier for them to work together. This helps the F-35 lead the way in future network-based warfare. Moving on to its powerful engine, which produces 43,000 pounds of thrust. It has a 3-stage fan, 6-stage compressor, annular combustor, 1 high-pressure turbine, and 2 low-pressure turbines. The F-35 is also built to give the pilot excellent awareness of their surroundings, easy target identification, and accurate strikes in any weather. Its mission systems and great visibility over the nose are designed to greatly improve the pilot's performance. It is designed to give pilots incredible awareness of everything around them, making it easier to spot targets and deliver precise strikes, no matter the weather. Its advanced systems and clear view over the nose help pilots perform at their best, turning every mission into a success. Moving on to another 5th-generation supersonic aircraft that still dominates the sky, the F-22 Raptor is a twin-engine supersonic stealth fighter made for the U.S. Air Force. It was developed through the Air Force's Advanced Tactical Fighter program as an air superiority fighter, but can also perform ground attacks, electronic warfare, and gather intelligence. The F-22 Raptor is mainly used for air-to-air and air-to-ground battles, reconnaissance, and electronic warfare. It was introduced to the U.S. Air Force in 2005, replacing the older F-15 Eagle. With a top speed of over twice the speed of sound and a range of 1,600 miles, the F-22 is a powerful fighter. One of the main reasons the F-22 Raptor is considered the world's most advanced stealth fighter is its ability to avoid radar detection. Its radar signature is as small as a marble, making it almost invisible to radar systems. It also uses advanced electronics and weapon systems, allowing it to hit targets from far away. Another important feature is its agility. With a thrust-to-weight ratio greater than 1:1, it can climb straight up and make sharp turns at high speeds. This maneuverability makes it hard for enemy planes to track the F-22 Raptor. It has advanced communication and sensor systems that let it share live data with other aircraft and ground systems. This helps the F-22 work together with other planes, improving its combat effectiveness and awareness of the situation. The F-22 Raptor is the most advanced stealth fighter in the world, and it sets the benchmark for modern military aviation. Its top-notch stealth features, advanced electronics, and incredible agility make it a powerful aircraft. It represents the peak of military aviation technology and will remain crucial for national security in the future. The next on the list is the Boeing F/A-18EF Super Hornet. The F/A-18EF Super Hornet, now made by Boeing after merging with McDonnell Douglas in 1997, comes in two versions: the single-seat F/A-18E and the two-seat F/A-18F. This advanced fighter can do it all: air superiority, reconnaissance, escorting, refueling, and precision strikes day or night. The Super Hornet's bigger airframe allows it to carry 33% more fuel, extending its mission range by 41% and increasing endurance by 50%. Despite its size, it has 42% fewer parts than older models. Equipped for multi-role missions, it's a force multiplier that adapts to any carrier's challenges, whether defending the fleet or leading an air attack. The F/A-18E/F also takes on additional tasks like forward air control and even aerial refueling, replacing the S-3 Viking as a tanker. This aircraft has seen many improvements over the years, enhancing its capabilities to keep up with modern threats. One of its key upgrades is an increased range and better carrier suitability, which allows it to maintain its role as a leading strike fighter for the U.S. Navy in the 21st century. The Block II version of the Super Hornet, introduced in 2001, brought numerous technology enhancements, making it a vital part of the Navy's carrier air wing. Over the last 2 decades, it has earned a reputation as a workhorse within the fleet, performing a variety of critical missions. The final Block II production aircraft was delivered to the Navy in April 2020, marking the end of an era for this version of the jet. However, the Super Hornet's evolution didn't stop there. The latest Block III upgrade, currently undergoing testing and evaluation, aims to push the aircraft's performance even further. This recent version will extend the platform's service life, giving it more years of operational use. It will also increase the Super Hornet's range and feature a redesigned cockpit system with advanced displays and controls. Additionally, Block III has a reduced radar cross-section, making it harder to detect, and boasts advanced networking infrastructure to improve communication and coordination with other systems. In June 2020, Boeing delivered 2 Block III Super Hornet test jets to the U.S. Navy, and after successful testing, production will continue. A contract has been put in place to deliver 78 new Block III Super Hornet jets, ensuring the Navy's fleet stays strong through the coming years. Another notable change came in 2020 when the U.S. Navy's Blue Angels Flight Demonstration Squadron, which had been flying the F/A-18 Hornet since 1986, began transitioning to the more advanced F/A-18 Super Hornet. This shift to the newer model highlights the jet's improved performance and versatility, even in demanding flight demonstration roles. Next is the famous F-15E Strike Eagle. This aircraft, which was originally made by McDonnell Douglas, is an American fighter designed for all weather conditions. It was built in the 1980s to carry out long-range, high-speed attacks without needing help from escort or electronic warfare aircraft. This aircraft can be identified by its darker camouflage and extra fuel tanks on the sides of the engines. It has a cockpit with seats for 2 people. The F-15E has been used in military operations in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, and Libya. It has carried out strikes on important targets, protected airspace, and provided support for ground troops. It has also been sold to other countries. Boeing has upgraded this design with the Advanced Eagle series, which includes the F-15EX Eagle II. It is built for long-range ground attacks, even though the original F-15 was designed for air combat. This new version still retains its powerful air-to-air abilities, allowing it to defend against enemy planes while performing ground missions. The F-15E started as a modified two-seat F-15B, but includes stronger engines and structural changes. The second seat is for a weapons officer who helps operate advanced systems, including radar, navigation, and weapons targeting. This officer uses screens and hand controls to manage the plane's systems. For long missions, the F-15E has conformal fuel tanks that add extra fuel without creating much drag, but they can't be dropped like regular fuel tanks. These CFTs also carry extra weapons. Also, to protect itself, it is equipped with a tactical electronic warfare system, which controls radar and countermeasures to avoid detection. It also features a MIDS data link to improve communication. In 2022, a new digital system called EPAWS replaced TDUs to boost performance. The radar system on this aircraft allows it to find ground and air targets at long distances, even during attacks. The radar was upgraded in 2014 to a more advanced version for even better detection. For navigation, it uses a laser gyroscope that tracks its position. It also has an external system called Lantern, which allows it to fly low and hit targets accurately, even at night or in bad weather. The system provides an infrared image of the ground, displayed on the pilot's head-up display. The F-15E is equipped with various weapons, including air-to-ground and air-to-air missiles, and carries the most air-to-ground weapons of any U.S. Air Force jet. It also has a powerful 20mm cannon for both air and ground targets. Many parts of this aircraft, like the HUD and wings, have been produced by South Korean companies. Different engines power the F-15E, with some versions using Pratt & Whitney engines and others equipped with General Electric engines, depending on the country using the aircraft. Moving on to the next aircraft on this list, the F-16 Fighting Falcon is a single-engine fighter jet originally built by General Dynamics for the U.S. Air Force. It was first designed to be an air superiority fighter, but evolved into a highly successful all-weather, multi-role aircraft. Over 4,600 F-16s have been built since 1976. Though the U.S. Air Force no longer buys them, improved versions are still made for other countries. In 1993, General Dynamics sold its aircraft division to Lockheed, which later became Lockheed Martin. The F-16 has a clear bubble canopy for better visibility, a side-mounted control stick for easier handling, and a reclined seat to help pilots handle G-forces. It also has a fly-by-wire system, which improves its agility, and it uses a single turbofan engine. Nicknamed the Viper, the F-16 has 11 hardpoints for weapons and an internal Vulcan cannon. It's used by the U.S. Air Force, Air National Guard, Thunderbird's aerial team, and the Navy as an aggressor aircraft. Additionally, 25 other nations also operate the F-16, making it the most common fighter jet in service worldwide as of 2024, with 2,145 still in operation. The plane is built to be cheaper and easier to maintain than older fighters. Its special wing design helps it fly smoothly, even at sharp angles, and it uses an advanced flight control system to keep it stable in the air. The cockpit has displays for key information, and later models even use advanced radars to improve targeting. Over time, upgrades made it stronger and more adaptable. The last aircraft on the list is the Convair B-58 Hustler, one of the most impressive Cold War bombers used by the U.S. Air Force's Strategic Air Command. Besides being a nuclear bomber, the Delta-winged Hustler was also modified to work as a spy plane. 60 years ago, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, it flew a mission using a radar system mounted in a pod for spying. With a top speed of Mach 2.2 and a height of over 63,000 feet, the B-58 was perfect for reconnaissance missions, along with its main job of dropping nuclear bombs for Strategic Air Command's defense strategy. One of its cool features was its modular mission pods. These special storage units on the jet's centerline could hold different mixes of weapons, extra fuel, defensive equipment, and sensors, making it versatile and ready for various tasks. Back in April 1956, 7 months before the B-58 took to the skies for the first time, plans were already in the works for a special version called the RB-58A, designed for spying. Just like the bomber, this new version was expected to fly high and without trouble. It featured advanced mission pods for its time. Instead of regular cameras, it would use a Hughes N/APQ-69 radar system, known as side-looking airborne radar. This impressive system had a giant 50-foot antenna that sent out radio waves to scan the ground beside the plane, creating a detailed picture of the terrain below. Research on the AN/APQ-69 pod for the Hustler started in September 1969. The pod turned out to be so big that it couldn't hold any fuel, which greatly shortened the plane's flying range. Additionally, the pod was longer and had a different shape compared to the usual MB-1 pod that carried fuel and weapons, forcing the RB-58 to fly at speeds below the speed of sound. Even though the AN/APQ-69 had great potential as a sensor, the project was canceled in 1958. However, work on the program continued, and Hughes finished one of the pods, which was given to Convair in February 1959. It was then tested in the air on a B-58A model. The first flight with the reconnaissance pod took place on December 24, 1959, and there were reportedly 29 test flights completed with it. Peter E. Davies, in his detailed book B-58 Hustler Units, noted that the pod got good results at distances of up to 50 miles. It could detect objects with about a 10-foot resolution. While this was impressive for that time, the decrease in speed and range caused by adding the pod would take away many of the benefits of putting it on a B-58 in the first place. Determined to use the Hustler for spy missions, the Air Force kept exploring new ideas. In June 1958, the Aerial Reconnaissance Laboratories at the Wright Air Development Center requested a complete all-weather reconnaissance system. This prompted Convair to team up with Goodyear Aircraft Corporation for proposals, naming the project Quick Check. A year before, RB-58A Peeping Tom was upgraded under Project Quick Check, receiving a specially modified MB-1 pod. This pod featured Goodyear's AN/APS-73, a synthetic aperture radar that scanned both sides of the aircraft up to 80 nautical miles away. It captured images on 5-inch film for later review and had space for fuel, unlike the earlier pod. The Hustler also got a new nose radome and a Raytheon radar, along with a stellar tracking device above the navigator's cockpit. During the tense Cuban Missile Crisis, Peeping Tom completed its only known mission with the Quick Check setup. Also, a crew from General Dynamics flew it along Cuba's northern coast, using the AN/APS-73 to map the land where Soviet missiles and bombers were stationed. The AN/APS-73 was effective in providing detailed all-weather terrain mapping at supersonic speeds over an 80-mile range. The story of the reconnaissance Hustler was brief, as even the B-58 bomber version had a short service life due to high operating costs and advancements in Soviet air defenses. The introduction of intercontinental ballistic missiles also led to its retirement after just a decade in action. Despite its impressive technology and performance, there was a vision for an even more advanced B-58 called the Super Hustler. Designed to fly at 90,000 feet over 4,000 miles, this concept emerged from a CIA request and aimed to be a strategic reconnaissance aircraft, along with strike versions. Originally, the Super Hustler was planned as a 3-stage vehicle, using a standard B-58A to carry a ramjet-powered second stage and an unmanned third stage. Eventually, it evolved into the Kingfish design, a single-stage aircraft with the same powerful J-58 turbojet engines as the Lockheed A-12. The Kingfish was expected to reach an astonishing Mach 6 at 125,000 feet. However, the promise of the A-12 overshadowed the Kingfish project, and Convair never delivered a high-altitude, high-speed reconnaissance aircraft to the CIA or the Air Force. In a surprising twist, when the Air Force began introducing the SR-71 strategic reconnaissance aircraft, they needed crews with high-speed experience. Many came from the U-2 program, but half of the 26 SR-71 crews in the 9th Strategic Reconnaissance Wing had backgrounds flying the B-58. While the Hustler faded into history, the skills of its former pilots played a crucial role in the world of strategic reconnaissance for years to come. Did Elon Musk's $2 billion submarine really get stuck in ice? For decades, submarines have been a powerful tool in national defense, with nations like China and Russia investing heavily to build stronger, stealthier vessels capable of dominating the seas. Recently, Elon Musk has joined the race, revealing the most expensive submarine meant to outshine them all with incredible power and stealth. What went wrong with Musk's ambitious submarine? What does this frozen setback mean for his bigger plans? Join us as we explore how Elon Musk's gigantic $2 billion US submarine got stuck in ice. Although the chances of a massive, costly submarine getting trapped under ice are slim, the idea of Elon Musk building a giant submarine remains intriguing. While this tech mogul hasn't ventured into submarine design or challenged the US to create the world's most powerful underwater vessel, let's dive into the capabilities of today's mightiest submarines and consider whether any could actually risk getting stuck beneath the ice. The Virginia-class submarine is an underwater powerhouse designed with the latest technology to tackle modern challenges beneath the waves. This submarine is built for a mix of stealth, speed, and precision, allowing it to carry out missions that need to stay completely hidden. From its nearly silent engines to its powerful weaponry, this submarine operates in a way that few can match. One of this underwater ship's biggest strengths is stealth. It was created to move silently using a special coating on the hull to reduce noise and prevent detection. This coating, combined with an advanced system, allows it to slip through the water, making it invisible to most enemy sonar. Every part of this ship is carefully designed to eliminate unnecessary noise, from the shape of its hull to the special, quiet engines that power it. In the deep sea, where even the smallest sound can give away a vessel's location, this kind of stealth makes this ship almost invisible, ready to slip past threats undetected. The Virginia-class is loaded with advanced sonar and sensors, allowing it to detect enemies long before they're even aware of its presence. It makes use of sonar arrays that spread along the hull, creating a detailed map of their surroundings. With this sonar system, it can pick up on the faintest sounds, even from miles away. The sonar is so precise that it can detect other submarines, ships, or even the change in ocean currents. This gives this extraordinary submarine a unique advantage, as it can anticipate movements and map out threats long before it encounters them. One of the most impressive features of this underwater ship is its weaponry. It is equipped with 12 vertical launch system tubes that can fire Tomahawk cruise missiles. These missiles are capable of traveling hundreds of miles, striking targets with high accuracy. In addition to the missile tubes, the submarine also has 4 torpedo tubes that can launch Mark 48 torpedoes, which can take on both surface ships and underwater targets. This weaponry allows the submarine to respond quickly to threats and strike with deadly precision. With its combination of stealth and firepower, it is well prepared for almost any situation. Besides its weapons, this submarine has another feature that makes it unique. It has a lockout chamber specifically designed for Navy SEALs and other special operations forces. This chamber allows divers to enter and exit the submarine underwater, providing a way to carry out covert missions. The lockout chamber connects to a dry deck shelter, creating a staging area where SEALs can prepare for their mission before slipping into the ocean. This is essential for missions that come with secret orders, allowing special forces to approach their targets without detection. The submarine can support these covert operations without surfacing, making it an important tool in modern warfare. The Virginia-class submarine also has cutting-edge computer systems and communication networks that allow it to process data quickly and accurately. The systems work together to gather information about nearby threats and feed this information directly to the operators. These computers are powerful enough to make real-time decisions, giving the crew accurate data about any developing situation. This network also enables the submarine to share information with other Navy ships, aircraft, and satellites, creating a connected, real-time view of the entire battlefield. With this advanced network, this ship doesn't just see what's in front of it, but it has become part of a larger system, working alongside other assets to secure the seas. Another area where this gigantic submarine excels is its propulsion. It is powered by a nuclear reactor, which has an almost unlimited range, allowing it to travel long distances without needing to refuel. Unlike conventional submarines that must surface frequently to refuel, this submarine can remain submerged, traveling at high speeds and covering vast distances. This nuclear-powered engine also enables the ship to stay underwater for extended missions, as it doesn't rely on air to operate. This gives it the freedom to remain in the sea for months, patrolling without ever needing to reveal its position. This submarine is a vessel of endurance, capable of patrolling from one end of the ocean to the other without interruption. The modular design of the Virginia class is another remarkable feature. This submarine is built with sections that can be swapped out or upgraded over time, allowing the Navy to install new technologies as they become available. The submarine was constructed with future advancements in mind, ensuring it can adapt to new challenges and threats. Whether it's upgrading weapon systems, sensors, or communication networks, the modular design of this submarine allows it to keep pace with modern warfare. This flexibility ensures that this huge submarine will remain at the forefront of submarine technology for decades to come. The USS Connecticut is one of the Navy's Seawolf-class submarines that stands as a remarkable achievement in stealth, speed, and power. It is designed with advanced capabilities to operate in the world's most demanding underwater environments. It was crafted for high speed and precision in submarine warfare. The Seawolf-class submarine emerged during the Cold War when a new kind of submarine was needed. The type of submarine that could travel deeper, move faster, and evade detection while maintaining significant combat power. As a result, this ship was built with a reinforced hull and powerful nuclear propulsion, enabling it to dive to extraordinary depths and travel at high speeds while remaining almost invisible to enemy sensors. One of the greatest strengths of this ship lies in its unmatched sonar and tracking abilities. The submarine's sonar system is among the most advanced in the Navy, allowing it to detect even the faintest noises and vibrations in the water. This enables this invisible ship to follow enemy submarines or surface vessels without being seen, giving it an advantage in stealth operations and underwater pursuits. Its system is sensitive enough to pick up little changes in underwater pressure, which helps map out its surroundings quietly. It can detect other vessels from significant distances, providing critical information in real time while staying undetected. Aside from its stealth, its structure is built for resilience. The submarine is covered with a thick, reinforced hull that allows it to withstand the intense pressure at deeper ocean levels. While many submarines must stay within moderate depth ranges, the submarine can dive deeper, venturing into places that few other vessels can reach. This capability enables it to navigate difficult underwater terrain, staying hidden or close to the ocean floor. Its propulsion system also allows it to move quickly when needed, with engines that propel it through the water almost silently. Its nuclear reactor powers the engines, allowing it to travel far distances without needing to surface for fuel, adding to its ability to stay hidden for extended missions. It is equipped with advanced torpedoes and missile launch capabilities, making it a versatile combat machine. It has multiple torpedo tubes capable of firing powerful torpedoes that can eliminate underwater or surface threats with precision. Its weapon systems are carefully placed within the submarine, reducing noise and maintaining its stealth profile. These torpedoes are designed to track and engage targets quickly, giving the ship a tactical advantage in submarine combat. Also, the submarine is equipped with cruise missiles, allowing it to target enemies from a distance, ready to strike without warning. This adaptability makes it a versatile asset, prepared for a wide range of operations, from tracking adversaries to direct engagement. While the Connecticut is engineered for speed and stealth, the Ohio-class submarine represents a different type of power. It is known as the Navy's primary ballistic missile submarine. It serves as a crucial element in the United States Strategic Defense Force in order to prevent attacks from other countries. It acts as a strong defense to keep enemies from taking action. Its massive vessel is equipped to carry and launch ballistic missiles, serving as a powerful defense against large-scale threats. It has the capacity to launch up to 24 Trident II ballistic missiles, which can strike targets across vast distances, transforming it into a mobile fortress of strategic defense. This submarine is designed for endurance. It can operate under a principle known as strategic patrol, where they remain submerged and undetected for extended periods, ready to respond if ever required. With their nuclear reactors, it can stay underwater indefinitely, only surfacing when it needs more supplies. This ability to remain submerged for a long time makes them ideal for long-term strategic patrols, as they can maintain a constant presence in critical waters without being noticed. The sonar and stealth systems of this submarine are crucial for maintaining its undetected status. Though its primary mission is maintaining a strong defense, this ship is built with sound dampening technology that minimizes noise, allowing them to move quietly through open waters. Its sonar systems are capable of tracking other vessels and avoiding detection. This quiet approach enables this submarine to stay hidden while patrolling vast areas of the ocean, avoiding detection even while carrying the immense firepower of its ballistic missiles. It is built with extensive missile launch systems and support equipment necessary for important defense operations. It is equipped with reinforced hulls and sound-reducing measures to maintain stealth, but their main strength lies in their ability to carry out extended missions, silently patrolling while staying prepared to launch a powerful response. Its reinforced hull allows it to endure the underwater pressure at depth, ensuring it can operate for extended patrols while remaining stable and undetected. When it comes to weaponry, the Ohio-class submarines stand alone in their capacity for strategic impact. Each missile can travel great distances, reaching targets far from the submarine's location. These missiles are designed for long-range, high-impact strikes, transforming the submarine into powerful assets that can deliver significant firepower without being visible. This submarine serves as a constant, silent reminder of the Navy's strategic reach. Its strength lies in their quiet endurance and the strategic threat they carry. This submarine remains hidden beneath the ocean's surface, unseen but ever-present, a powerful asset in the Navy's overall defense structure. The USS Hartford, a powerhouse of the Navy's Los Angeles-class submarines, was crafted for agility, strength, and the capability to operate undetected beneath the waves. It was built with one purpose, which was to navigate complex underwater environments and accomplish missions with stealth and precision. This submarine, designated SSN 768, is a true testament to the engineering prowess that defines the Los Angeles class. It is known as an enduring symbol of strength, equipped with some of the most advanced technology in naval history. Its core strength lies in its agility and its ability to remain undetected. Its hull is specifically engineered to reduce noise, allowing it to operate with a level of stealth that few submarines can achieve. This sound-reducing technology ensures that it can glide through the ocean silently, even at high speeds, making it virtually invisible to enemy sonar. It is equipped with advanced sonar systems that makes it capable of creating a detailed picture of its surroundings, detecting enemy vessels long before they can locate it. The submarine's sonar arrays are incredibly sensitive, capturing the faintest of sounds and providing a complete overview of the underwater environment. With this technology, it can track multiple targets simultaneously, making it an invaluable asset in surveillance missions and underwater reconnaissance. It is able to pick up the slightest movements in the water, effectively transforming the ocean into its own personal map. For this submarine, every part of the ocean is mapped, monitored, and navigated with precision. One of the most impressive features of this submarine is its versatility in weaponry. It is armed with torpedo tubes so that the submarine can strike swiftly and accurately. Its arsenal includes the Mark 48 torpedo, known for its power and accuracy. This torpedo is capable of striking surface ships and other submarines with devastating force. It is a weapon that aligns perfectly with its stealth and precision. The torpedo's tracking capabilities make it nearly impossible to escape once launched. With the advanced targeting systems and the power of the Mark 48, it becomes a formidable force in underwater combat, capable of defending itself and eliminating threats with lethal efficiency. Its nuclear propulsion system provides it with the power and range to operate independently for extended periods. Unlike conventional submarines that need to resurface frequently, its nuclear reactor allows it to stay submerged for years, traveling at high speeds without revealing its location. This reactor not only provides continuous power, but also ensures that this underwater ship can operate in almost any condition, from warm coastal waters to the icy depths of the Arctic. Its propulsion system transforms it into a vessel of endurance, built to carry out long missions in isolated regions of the ocean without support. It is a silent predator built for a variety of missions that demand both strength and quietness. This submarine operates with quiet confidence, moving through the ocean's depths as an unseen force, ready to strike or observe as the mission requires. The USS Toledo, another Los Angeles-class submarine, carries its own unique strengths and capabilities. Designated SSN 769, it is crafted with similar stealth technology, ensuring it can navigate undetected even in the most contested waters. It is also equipped with sound dampening technology and a sleek, noise-reducing hull, allowing it to move silently through the ocean. It was built with a single focus: to be a powerful, silent operator capable of handling a wide range of missions. This submarine is outfitted with state-of-the-art sonar systems that enable it to detect threats long before they were aware of its presence. Its sonar arrays provide a clear, detailed view of its surroundings, turning the deep ocean into a navigable, mapped landscape. These sensors are finely tuned, giving it the ability to identify and track enemy submarines, surface ships, and even underwater obstacles with precision. This submarine operates like a shadow in the water, unseen but all-seeing, capable of navigating and reacting to any potential threat. This outstanding submarine carries an array of powerful weaponry. Armed with torpedoes, it is prepared for any engagement. These torpedoes, coupled with the submarine's advanced targeting systems, allow it to strike with incredible speed and accuracy. Its weapons are built to target both underwater and surface threats, making it a flexible fighter in naval missions. With its ability to lock onto targets and launch its torpedoes with deadly precision, it stands ready to defend its position and eliminate any threat in its path. The nuclear propulsion system of this submarine grants it the same endurance and speed as the Virginia-class submarine, enabling it to remain submerged and undetected for extended periods. This nuclear-powered engine is built for long-distance travel, allowing it to carry out missions in distant waters without needing to refuel. Its nuclear reactor not only provides power, but also gives the submarine the freedom to travel silently and invisibly. This capability ensures that it is always prepared for a mission, whether it's in coastal waters or deep in the ocean. It is also a critical component in intelligence and surveillance operations. Like the Virginia-class submarine, it was crafted with sensors and sonar that can gather data on enemy movements and monitor strategic areas without detection. This makes the Toledo a valuable asset in reconnaissance missions, as it can gather information crucial for Navy operations. Its sonar arrays and sensors allow it to perform a range of tasks, from tracking enemy submarines to mapping out the underwater terrain. Each mission completed with the same quiet precision. Every part of the Virginia class is crafted to meet the demands of modern naval warfare. Its stealth allows it to operate in secret, moving through the ocean undetected. Its sonar and sensors create a complete map of its surroundings, giving it an advantage in awareness and tracking. Its weapons provide a powerful strike capability, and its lockout chamber supports special forces in covert operations. The nuclear reactor gives it an unmatched range, and the modular design ensures it can evolve with the times. It can also operate as part of a larger strategy, a key player in the Navy's vision for modern combat. It's a vessel that not only completes missions, but redefines how they are done. As one of the most advanced submarines in the world, the Virginia-class doesn't just meet expectations. It also sets new standards for what underwater warfare can be. From the quiet, stealthy movements to the powerful strikes it can deliver, this submarine is very powerful in the deep ocean. It represents the height of submarine technology, a marvel of engineering that brings power, precision, and adaptability together in a single, formidable vessel. This submarine is built to stay ahead, ready for the future and prepared for any challenge it may face beneath the waves. From its silent gliding through the ocean to the precision strikes it can unleash, the Virginia-class stands as an unparalleled force, carrying out missions in ways that were once only imagined. This is a machine that has redefined the ocean, making it a world where silence, stealth, and sheer power collide. It is no news that modern fighter jets are embarrassingly slower than the warbirds that ruled the skies decades ago. From the thunderous Russian Su-57 to the razor-sharp American F-22 Raptor, none have come close to matching their speed until now. Elon Musk's revolutionary new jet has shattered every speed record in history. Are we witnessing a new era in aviation supremacy? What is it about this fighter jet that makes even the legendary SR-71 Blackbird look like a paper airplane? Join us as we dive into why no one can match Elon Musk's jet in speed. Elon Musk's vision for the future of military aviation is bold and thought-provoking, especially his concept of a drone fighter jet. His idea challenges the traditional view of manned combat aircraft, proposing a remote-controlled autonomous fighter that can outmaneuver even the most advanced manned jets like the F-35. According to Musk, this combination of human oversight and machine intelligence will dominate the future of air combat. Musk believes that an autonomous drone fighter could be superior to any manned aircraft, even the F-35, a jet that is currently considered one of the most advanced in the world. The competitive advantage of this drone would lie in its enhanced ability to perform maneuvers that a human pilot simply could not endure. Without the physical limitations of a human body, these drones could push the boundaries of speed, agility, and endurance, allowing them to take on missions with extreme precision and at lower costs. What makes this concept even more compelling is the potential integration of artificial intelligence. AI could make decisions in real time, adapt to changing battle conditions, identify threats, and even coordinate with other drones in a swarm-like fashion. This level of coordination and autonomy could revolutionize not only how individual aircraft operate, but also how entire missions are executed. These drones would operate with greater efficiency, potentially staying airborne longer and withstanding harsher conditions. The cost benefits are also a significant selling point for Musk's idea. Traditional fighter jets like the F-35 require extensive maintenance, fuel, and human training. A fleet of drone fighters, on the other hand, would eliminate the need for life support systems and reduce operational costs significantly. This could make advanced air power more accessible and scalable for military forces worldwide. Despite the promise, there are still major challenges ahead. One of the primary concerns is cybersecurity. In a world where warfare is increasingly digital, the risk of a drone being hacked or manipulated by enemy forces is a legitimate fear. Additionally, the ethics surrounding autonomous weapons remain a hotly debated topic. Many argue that having machines make life or death decisions in combat without human intervention raises serious moral and legal questions. While Musk's vision is undoubtedly futuristic, the reality is that we are still in the early stages of fully autonomous air combat. For now, traditional fighter jets will continue to play a central role in military aviation, but they will increasingly be complemented by unmanned systems. The technology is evolving, and in the coming years, we could see drone fighters taking on more complex and dangerous missions. The real question now is, how soon will these drone fighters replace manned aircraft in the most critical combat roles? As military aviation shifts towards unmanned technology, one might wonder, can any manned fighter jet still push the boundaries of what's possible in the skies? Russia's most ambitious combat aircraft, the Sukhoi Su-57 Felon, steps into the spotlight. The Su-57 represents Russia's bold entry into the elite club of fifth-generation fighter jets. Cruising at an impressive 1,320 miles per hour, equivalent to Mach 2, this twin-engine beast combines raw power with cutting-edge technology. Its distinctive angular design isn't just for looks. Every curve and edge is carefully engineered to reduce its radar signature. But the Su-57's journey hasn't been smooth sailing. Despite its impressive capabilities, only a handful of these aircraft are currently in active service. The fighter has faced numerous development challenges, from engine reliability issues to production delays. In December 2020, the Russian Air Force finally welcomed its first operational Su-57, marking a significant milestone after years of testing and refinement. At the heart of this war machine are two Saturn AL-41F1 afterburning turbofan engines. These powerhouses don't just provide straight-line speed, they feature thrust vectoring technology, allowing the aircraft to perform incredible aerial maneuvers that would be impossible for conventional fighters. Think of it as giving a heavyweight boxer the agility of a gymnast. What truly sets the Su-57 apart is its blend of stealth and strength. Unlike most stealth fighters that sacrifice power for invisibility, the Su-57 aims to do both. Its internal weapons bays can carry a variety of missiles and bombs while maintaining its stealthy profile, and its advanced radar system can track multiple targets simultaneously. Yet this Russian fighter has sparked debate in aviation circles. Some experts question its stealth capabilities, suggesting they don't match those of American counterparts like the F-22 Raptor. However, the Su-57's supporters argue that its combination of speed, maneuverability, and reduced radar signature makes it a formidable opponent in any aerial encounter. The aircraft's cockpit is a pilot's dream, featuring advanced electronics and a sophisticated heads-up display that presents critical flight information directly in the pilot's line of sight. The Su-57 also includes artificial intelligence elements that help pilots manage complex combat situations. While production numbers remain limited, Russia continues to refine and improve the Su-57. Future versions promise even more powerful engines, improved stealth capabilities, and advanced weapon systems. Despite its challenges, the Su-57 represents a significant leap forward in Russian military aviation. But with such impressive specs and capabilities, why isn't the Su-57 leading the pack in modern air combat? The answer might surprise you as we examine our next contender. While Russia's Su-57 pushes technological boundaries, one fighter jet has long set the gold standard for air supremacy. But what makes the F-22 Raptor America's undisputed king of the skies? The Lockheed Martin F-22. Raptor is proof of American aerospace innovation, cruising at an impressive 1,355 miles per hour. But raw speed is just the beginning of this remarkable story. Born from the Air Force's Advanced Tactical Fighter program, the F-22 was created with one primary mission: to dominate the skies against advanced Soviet fighters like the MiG-29 and Su-27. What truly sets the F-22 apart is its unmatched combination of capabilities. Think of it as a Swiss Army knife that flies. It excels at air combat, can strike ground targets with precision, conduct electronic warfare, and gather intelligence, all while remaining nearly invisible to radar. The heart of the Raptor's power lies in its twin Pratt & Whitney F119 engines, which allow it to do something extraordinary: supercruise. This means it can fly faster than the speed of sound without using fuel-hungry afterburners, a feat few fighter jets can match. Stealth isn't just a feature of the F-22. It's woven into every aspect of its design. Its angular surfaces and special coatings make it incredibly difficult to detect on radar. The aircraft's weapons are carried internally, maintaining its stealthy profile while carrying a lethal arsenal. In the cockpit, pilots have access to an array of advanced systems that combine radar, sensor, and communication data into a clear picture of the battlefield. This integration gives F-22 pilots an unprecedented advantage. They can often see and engage threats long before being detected themselves. Despite its $150 million price tag and the fact that only 187 operational models were built, the F-22's combat record speaks volumes. No other fighter jet has successfully challenged its air superiority. The U.S. Air Force's decision to limit production has made each Raptor even more valuable, and they're carefully maintained to ensure peak performance. The F-22's capabilities were proven during deployments in the Middle East, where it conducted both air superiority and precision strike missions. Its mere presence in a region often deterred potential adversaries, earning it the nickname Silver Bullet among military planners. Today, the F-22 continues to evolve through software updates and new weapons integration, ensuring it remains ahead of emerging threats. While newer fighters like the F-35 have joined the fleet, the F-22 maintains its position as America's premier air dominance fighter. But even with such impressive credentials, technology never stands still in the world of combat aircraft. As we look at Europe's answer to air superiority, what innovations have they brought to challenge the Raptor's reign? Europe has crafted its own impressive arsenal of fighter jets. But can any single European fighter match the Raptor's capabilities? Europe's answer comes in multiple forms, each with its own unique strengths. The French Dassault Mirage 2000 leads the pack at 1,450 miles per hour, proving that single-engine fighters can pack a serious punch. Powered by a robust Synecma afterburning turbofan engine, the Mirage 2000 can climb at an astounding rate of 285 meters per second. Think of scaling the Empire State Building in just over a second. Russia's contribution, the MiG-29 Fulcrum, pushes the envelope even further at 1,520 miles per hour. With over 1,600 units built, this twin-engine fighter was Russia's answer to American jets like the F-16 and F-15. Its two powerful Klimov RD-33 engines don't just provide raw speed, they give the Fulcrum remarkable maneuverability, making it a formidable opponent in close combat. The legendary F-14 Tomcat, though retired from U.S. service, still deserves mention with its impressive 1,540 miles per hour capability. Originally designed for carrier operations, the Tomcat's variable sweep wings gave it unmatched versatility. Financial constraints, not performance limitations, led to its retirement. A modernized version could have served well into the 2030s. Matching the Tomcat's speed as Europe's latest pride, the Eurofighter Typhoon. Born from a collaboration between multiple European nations, the Typhoon represents the pinnacle of European fighter design. Its twin Eurojet EJ200 engines produce a combined 40,000 pounds of thrust, enabling it to dance through the skies with remarkable agility. First flown in 1994, the Typhoon features an unstable wing design that requires constant computer adjustments, much like balancing a pencil on your fingertip. Tricky, but incredibly maneuverable when mastered. What makes European fighters unique is their focus on versatility. While American designs often specialize in specific roles, European jets are built to handle multiple missions effectively. The Typhoon, for instance, excels in both air-to-air combat and ground attack missions, while the Mirage 2000's Delta Wing design provides excellent performance across its flight envelope. These European fighters have proven themselves in various conflicts, with the Typhoon seeing action in Libya and the Middle East, while MiG-29s continue to serve in air forces worldwide. Their success lies not just in raw performance numbers, but in their ability to adapt to changing mission requirements and operational environments. Despite their impressive capabilities, a question lingers. In the age of stealth and electronic warfare, can pure speed and maneuverability still dictate air superiority? As we turn to examine the next generation of American fighters, the answer might surprise you. While European fighters excel at versatility, America's need for pure speed and power led to two remarkable aircraft. But what happens when engineers push the boundaries of what's possible in fighter design? The McDonnell Douglas F-15 Sea Eagle soars at an incredible 1,650 miles per hour, but its most impressive statistic isn't speed, it's perfection. Not a single F-15 has ever been lost in air-to-air combat, creating one of the most impressive combat records in aviation history. At the heart of this success are two mighty Pratt & Whitney F-100 series engines, generating a combined 47,000 pounds of thrust. This massive power plant gives the Eagle the muscle to dominate any aerial battlefield. The latest versions include advanced radar systems that will keep these warriors flying well into the 2040s. Matching the Eagle's speed but serving a different mission, the General Dynamics F-111 Aardvark brought unique innovations to aerial warfare. Its nickname comes from its unusual ability to fly with its nose nearly touching the ground, much like its animal namesake. This ground-hugging capability made it incredibly effective for sneaking under enemy radar. The Aardvark proved remarkably survivable. Only 6 were lost in combat during more than 4,000 missions. It could take off and land on short runways, just 2,000 feet long, giving it flexibility other fighters couldn't match. The F-111's advanced terrain-following radar system allowed it to fly dangerous nighttime missions with unprecedented accuracy. Both aircraft showcase American engineering at its finest. The F-15's focus on air superiority made it the undisputed king of dogfights, while the F-111's versatility in strike missions and nuclear deterrence made it invaluable during the Cold War. These aircraft proved that different approaches to fighter design could both lead to exceptional results. Today, the F-15 continues to serve in upgraded forms with several air forces worldwide, while the F-111, though retired, influenced many modern aircraft designs. Their success stories demonstrate how specialized aircraft can excel in their intended roles when given the right combination of power, technology, and purpose. But as impressive as these American fighters are, an even faster challenger emerged from an unexpected source. While American fighters showcased raw power and versatility, China quietly developed an aircraft that would challenge their dominance. But how did the Chengdu J-10 become one of the fastest fighters in the world? China's J-10 fighter jet proves that sometimes less is more. With a maximum speed of 1,687 miles per hour, this single-engine powerhouse sits comfortably between the legendary MiG-31 and F-15C Eagle. But what makes this achievement particularly impressive is how it accomplishes this feat with just one engine. The secret lies in the WS-10B afterburning turbojet engine, a masterpiece of Chinese engineering that produces an astounding 32,000 pounds of thrust. Think of it as having the power of a small rocket, but with the precision control needed for complex aerial maneuvers. This engine allows the J-10 to perform stunning acrobatics, pulling maneuvers that generate forces between -3 and +9 times the force of gravity, similar to what you'd experience on the most extreme roller coaster, but with much more control. The cockpit is a pilot's high-tech command center, featuring 3 liquid crystal displays and an advanced holographic heads-up display. Chinese engineers developed a helmet-mounted sight system that they claim surpasses those used in Russian Sukhoi fighters, giving pilots the ability to target enemies simply by looking at them. The J-10's radar systems have evolved significantly over time. Early models used the Type 1473 Pulse Doppler radar, China's first practical system of its kind. Modern versions sport an active electronically scanned array radar that can track multiple targets simultaneously while remaining harder to detect. When it comes to weapons, the J-10 is no lightweight. It carries a twin-barrel cannon for close encounters and can be loaded with up to 12,300 pounds of external weapons on 11 hardpoints. These can include everything from short-range air-to-air missiles to long-range radar-guided missiles, precision-guided bombs, and even anti-ship missiles. The aircraft's development represents China's growing ability to produce world-class military technology. While early versions relied on Russian engines, newer models use China's own WS-10B engine, complete with modifications for enhanced stealth and thrust vectoring, allowing the engine nozzle to move and provide additional maneuverability. What makes the J-10 particularly noteworthy is its balance of performance characteristics. It matches or exceeds many Western fighters in terms of maneuverability while maintaining impressive speed and combat capability. This combination has made it a cornerstone of China's Air Force modernization efforts. But even with such impressive performance, one aircraft would push the boundaries of speed even further. Could any modern fighter hope to match the astonishing velocities reached by our next contender? After setting incredible standards for speed and altitude, the YF-12 remains one of the most remarkable aircraft in aviation history. But what makes it truly special, and how did it manage to achieve such groundbreaking feats? The Lockheed YF-12 was developed by Lockheed Corporation in the late 1950s and early 1960s as an advanced high-speed interceptor prototype for the U.S. Air Force. Intended to replace the F-106 Delta Dart, the YF-12 was designed to fly at Mach 3+, which is over 3 times the speed of sound. Its design was based on the secretive Lockheed A-12 reconnaissance aircraft, originally used by the CIA. However, while the A-12 was a single-seat plane focused on reconnaissance, the YF-12 featured a 2-person crew, 1 pilot, and 1 fire control officer, and was designed for combat interception. The aircraft also came equipped with the Hughes and Slash ASG-18 fire control radar and could carry AIM-47 Falcon air-to-air missiles, making it a formidable weapon. The YF-12 took its maiden flight on August 7, 1963. Less than a year later, President Lyndon B. Johnson publicly revealed its existence in February 1964. This announcement served 2 purposes. It highlighted America's advancements in aerospace technology, while also shielding the highly classified A-12 program from public scrutiny by focusing attention on the YF-12. The interceptor quickly proved to be more than just a prototype, as it set and held speed and altitude records. The aircraft flew at speeds exceeding 2,000 miles per hour and reached altitudes above 80,000 feet, becoming the fastest and highest-flying crewed interceptor of its time. Despite these impressive achievements, the YF-12 never entered full operational service. The Vietnam War and other military priorities during the 1960s redirected funds and attention away from the project, ultimately leading to its cancellation. Only 3 YF-12 were ever built. Had the interceptor gone into full production, it would likely have surpassed the Soviet MiG-25 Foxbat, often cited as the fastest fighter jet, in terms of speed and performance. The YF-12 remains one of aviation's most intriguing what-if stories. After its short stint with the Air Force, the YF-12 found a second life with NASA, where it was used as a research aircraft. The data it gathered helped advance supersonic flight technology and laid the groundwork for future aircraft designs. Although the YF-12 never saw combat, Its contributions to aviation and aerodynamics were invaluable. The YF-12, with its cutting-edge design and record-breaking speed, set a new benchmark for high-speed flight. Its legacy is still felt today in supersonic aircraft technology. After 3 failed attempts, the Army is finally testing the most powerful helicopter in the history of aviation. This revolutionary aircraft is equipped with advanced technology and a new powerful engine that promises to redefine aerial dominance and serve as a formidable replacement for the Kiowa Warrior, enhancing the Army's reconnaissance and support capabilities in future operations. However, the Army has encountered a hitch in its plan. What delay did this project recently encounter? What impact did it have on the future attack reconnaissance aircraft? Join us as we explore the capabilities of the most powerful $3 billion helicopter that the United States is currently testing. For years, the Army has tried to find the perfect replacement for the OH-58D Kiowa Warrior, a helicopter that served faithfully for decades. Unfortunately, they faced disappointment after 3 failed attempts to find a better option. But now the Army is on a fast track to success, as they expect the Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft, or FARA, by 2030. This new aircraft is set to revolutionize how the Army operates in the skies, giving soldiers a powerful, modern tool to tackle future challenges. The Army is working with 2 top companies, Bell and Sikorsky, to build and test competitive prototypes. These aircraft are packed with advanced technology and are designed to meet the Army's future needs. The goal is to finalize the design and ensure the new aircraft can perform all the critical missions once handled by the Kiowa Warrior. When the Army decided to retire the Kiowa back in 2013, it left a huge gap in their helicopter fleet. To fill that gap, they relied on the powerful AH-64EE Apache attack helicopter paired with unmanned drones. While this solution worked, the Army knows that a dedicated attack reconnaissance helicopter is the key to truly modernizing its forces. That's why FARA is the Army's #1 priority in helicopter modernization. Leaders believe this new aircraft will be the answer they've been searching for, a machine that's faster, smarter, and more capable than anything they've had before. Aside from the FARA, the Army has been working hard for nearly a decade on a new aircraft called the Future Long-Range Assault Aircraft, or FLRAA. This aircraft is expected to debut around the same time as the Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft. To make sure the FLRAA project stays on track, the Army has spent years testing technology demonstrators, which are special prototype aircraft designed to reduce risk and ensure success. These tests help identify any issues early on, giving engineers time to fix them before moving to the next stage of development. Unlike FLRAA, the FARA program hasn't had the luxury of extra years of testing and fine-tuning. This means the FARA project faces more challenges in its development process, but the Army is confident that it will be ready in time. The companies competing to build FARA are no strangers to the Army's vertical lift modernization plans. Bell and Sikorsky Boeing, the 2 teams also working on FLRAA, are bringing their expertise and lessons learned from FLRAA to FARA. This experience gives them a unique advantage, as they understand the Army's goals and requirements for future aircraft. Brig General Rob Barry, who oversees Army aviation programs, recently gave an update on FARA's progress. He reported that both Bell and Sikorsky Boeing are advancing their designs on schedule and meeting key program goals. According to Barry, the teams have completed about 50% of the air vehicle prototype, which is a significant milestone in the project. One of the most exciting developments in the FARA program is the upcoming test of the engine that will power the aircraft, known as the Improved Turbine Engine Program. In 2019, General Electric Aviation won the $517 million contract for the engineering, manufacturing, and development phase of the Improved Turbine Engine Program, beating out the Advanced Turbine Engine Company, which is a team from Honeywell and Pratt & Whitney. General Electric's T901 engine is set to replace the T700 engine currently used in the Army's older utility and attack helicopters. It could also be used in the Army's future reconnaissance helicopter as part of the future vertical lift systems. Jim Thompson, Jr., the acting deputy director for the Army's future vertical lift cross-functional team, mentioned in a recent interview with Defense News that the requirements for the future attack reconnaissance aircraft include the ITEP engine, which has received the stamp of approval from the Future Vertical Lift Program. The ITEP engine addresses several challenges that arose while the Army operated the Apache and Black Hawk helicopters in combat in Afghanistan and Iraq. As the Army added armor and upgrades during wartime, the AH-64 and UH-60 helicopters became heavier, and they often flew in hotter conditions and at higher altitudes than what is usually considered ideal. Mike Sousa, GE's business development leader for advanced turboshaft engines, stated in December 2018 that the helicopters were originally designed to operate at 4,000 feet on a 95-degree day, but they were flying at much higher altitudes. He explained that when this occurs, the engine doesn't produce as much power. He also mentioned that the Army had clearly outlined its requirements for the improved turbine engine program, seeking a 3,000 shaft horsepower engine that would reduce fuel use by 25% and extend its service life by 20% compared to the T700, which has a power of 2,000 shaft horsepower. In August 2016, both companies received contracts to help reduce risks, with ATEC being awarded $154 million and GE Aviation getting $102 million to improve their designs. Both companies had already invested years in developing new engines and innovative technology. As the current manufacturer of the T700, GE proposed a single-spool engine design. Sousa noted that this choice would assist in meeting weight limits while keeping costs low and simplifying the design. He emphasized that their main goal was to make the engine as affordable and lightweight as possible. Ron Hutter, GE's executive director of the T901 program, added that helicopters operate in very challenging environments, often landing on unprepared surfaces and generating a lot of dust. Therefore, he said it was crucial to focus on the simplicity of the design for maintenance, which led them to choose the single-spool configuration. GE estimated that it had invested $9 billion in testing technologies related to the T901. This powerful engine will give FARA the speed and performance it needs to succeed in future missions. The first test of the engine is scheduled to take place soon, and it will provide crucial information as the Army moves forward with the program. Brigadier General Barry emphasized that the results of this engine test will give the team greater clarity and help them make important decisions as they move forward into the next stages of development. As both FARA and FRA continue to advance, the Army is working hard to ensure these new aircraft are ready to meet the challenges of the future. By combining the lessons learned from years of testing with cutting-edge technology, the Army hopes to create a fleet of helicopters that are faster, more capable, and better equipped to protect soldiers and complete missions successfully. With FARA and FRA set to come online in the near future, the future of Army aviation looks brighter than ever. Defense News asked Colonel Greg Fortier, the Army's FARA program manager, and Colonel Matt Isaacson, the FVL Chief of Operations, about how the Army is managing its requirements and schedule as they move forward with FARA. One question was about the specifications for FARA, including what the Army considers non-negotiable and where there's flexibility. Isaacson explained that the FARA prototype development started with a list of desired features outlined in the initial capabilities requirement document. These features focused on agility, speed, rotor size, engine design, weapon systems, and a modular design approach. By quickly building prototypes and analyzing early weapon system designs, the Army is aiming to efficiently develop achievable capabilities. Isaacson also mentioned that the abbreviated capabilities development document updated these original features based on information gathered during the final design risk reduction in December 2020. This document will continue to be adjusted through FY22, with the final version expected in FY23. When asked about the 40-foot rotor blade requirement and whether it might change, Isaacson explained that this size was based on studies conducted in urban environments before the ICRD was written. The final requirements will be shaped by data from the ongoing prototype builds and risk reduction processes. Isaacson explained that the final set of requirements, known as the Capabilities Development Document, was scheduled to be presented to the Army Requirements Oversight Council in FY23. Fortier mentioned that industries had been adjusting their designs as they moved into the building phase, citing Bell's decision to redesign its tail rotor as an example. He highlighted that new aviation programs typically require a lot of time in the design phase. According to him, industry had done a good job refining initial designs, incorporating the needed technical rigor and innovation to align with the Army's expectations. He anticipated further design refinements as prototypes were built and tested, noting that this fly-before-we-buy strategy would validate engineering models and save time in the future development stages. When Fortier was asked if he expected to make major changes to the design or parts during the engineering and manufacturing development phase, which could add risk to the program, he explained that the way the program is set up, developing and testing prototypes before reaching milestone B, helps lower the risks associated with EMD. By refining the weapon system design and clearly discussing options before starting the EMD phase, they can minimize schedule delays and technical issues while improving performance. He acknowledged that challenges during testing might require design adjustments, but they have a unique 3-year opportunity to understand the weapon system before it officially begins. This reduces the risk of discovering misaligned requirements late in the process and allows for cost-effective changes within the timeline. Regarding the timeline, there were worries that it might be too ambitious since the future long-range assault aircraft had 10 years for development, while FARA does not have the same time frame. Fortier recognized the concerns about the tight schedule but pointed out that the joint multi-role technology demonstration for Ray and the competitive prototyping for FARA are not the same because many FARA activities are happening at the same time. In just over 2 years, the FARA program has reached 8 milestones ahead of or on schedule. He shared that just 8 months earlier, they faced a challenge to demonstrate the firing of air-launched effects from a launcher that was not yet built, and to fire the XM915 20mm gun from a substitute UH-60 at Project Convergence in October 2021. He was pleased to report they are on track to meet the next 2 milestones as well. This progress is due to excellent teamwork among various groups, including PEO Aviation, the Future Vertical Lift Cross-Functional Team, Army Contracting Command, and the Combat Capabilities Development Center at Redstone Arsenal and Fort Eustis. He noted that FY22 and FY23 are critical years for the program, as they will finalize analyses, release a request for EMD proposals, complete the initial design review, and move forward with prototype flights. In 2020, when an unexpected delay on the new engine technology was announced, the U.S. Army still proceeded with developing systems for its future attack reconnaissance aircraft. However, the FARA project is now delayed, with prototype test flights expected in the last quarter of fiscal year 2024 instead of late 2023, as earlier revealed. Both competitors, Bell and Sikorsky, have already built their prototypes but are waiting for the new engine to complete them. Despite the delay, the Army aims to keep advancing the FARA system, including features beyond just the airframe, while working around the engine delays. Major General Wally Rugen shared that the Army has already gathered a large amount of data from the Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft program. He acknowledged that everyone is eager to see the engines fired up and the aircraft take flight, but explained that they are working with both a developmental engine and aircraft at the same time, which makes things more complex. Unlike the Future Long-Range Assault Aircraft program, where Bell was selected after years of testing, FARA has a tougher technical challenge. Rugen mentioned that while the engine is causing delays, it's necessary to ensure the aircraft has advanced capabilities like better fuel efficiency and more power. He also noted that a recent engine test reached 3,100 shaft horsepower, highlighting the power the new engine will bring. What led to the unexpected delay of the ITEP engine? General Electric faced significant challenges with its ITEP engine due to the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Major General Rugen, the company struggled not only because of issues with sub-suppliers, but also lost experienced technical staff, including engineers and quality control managers. He explained that this combination of talent loss and supply chain disruption created a tough situation for GE. While he acknowledged that the company was overcoming these problems, he wasn't completely satisfied, but recognized that the focus was now on how to maintain progress. Army Acquisition Chief Doug Bush mentioned that recent ITEP delays were mainly due to quality control issues with some sub-tier vendors, particularly related to new components and manufacturing techniques like 3D printing. He also revealed that the company believes the program is now under control, and his team of experts thinks the current estimates are reasonable, though there has been a delay. He also noted that the Army is conducting an analysis of alternatives for the FARA program, which is slowing things down. The technology won't reach the maturation phase until the first quarter of fiscal year 2026. According to the FY24 budget documents, the Army plans to finish the engineering and manufacturing development for ITEP by the third quarter of FY26, with initial operational capability expected by the third quarter of FY29. This marks a nearly 2-year delay compared to the FY23 timeline. While waiting for the engine, the Army is working on developing weapon systems and a modular open system architecture for the aircraft. This effort aims to recover lost time and scope in the program. The Army is also sharing draft design requirements with the industry and taking steps to reduce risks during development. The modular open system architecture will host mission systems like survival equipment and the modular effects launcher. This system allows the Army to easily integrate new technology when it's ready. Other branches like Special Operations Command and the Marine Corps are also adopting the modular effects launcher. The focus is on making FARA a deep sensing platform capable of seeing farther and using a range of effects like missiles, rockets, or electronic warfare to strike threats from greater distances. The mission systems architecture for the Future Attack Reconnaissance aircraft is designed to connect soldiers and sensors on the battlefield using a strong aerial tier network. This system aims to create better communication and data sharing during missions. The Army Requirements Oversight Council is expected to decide by the end of the year whether to continue developing this network as part of the FARA program. The Army has already tested elements of the architecture through experimentation exercises like Project Convergence, which explores how various technologies can work together on the battlefield, and EDGE, an event focused specifically on testing aerial technologies. EDGE has been an important part of the Army's efforts to enhance aerial connectivity and capabilities and will enter its third year in May. The aerial tier network is essential for advancing the Army's ability to coordinate between ground forces and airborne assets. With each experiment and event, the Army collects valuable data that can help refine the mission systems architecture, ultimately ensuring that it can adapt to emerging technologies and battlefield needs. This system will allow the Army to quickly integrate new technology when it's ready, further enhancing the capabilities of the FARA and other aircraft in the fleet. In an unexpected turn of events, the U.S. Army announced that it has decided to end its recent effort to develop the Future Attack Reconnaissance aircraft. This decision is a major shift, marking one of the most significant program cancellations in the last decade. The Army had already invested at least $2 billion in the program and requested an additional $5 billion for the next 5 years, according to budget records. Besides canceling the FARA program, the Army also announced plans to retire its entire fleet of Shadow and Raven unmanned aircraft. Doug Bush, the Army's acquisition chief, further revealed that the Army will stop equipping the National Guard with the new UH-60 Victor model Blackhawks. Instead, the Guard will receive the UH-60 Mike model, which is the latest variant currently in use by the active duty Army forces. The U.S. Army has also announced a significant shift in its aviation plans, which includes delaying the procurement of its next-generation helicopter engine. It will instead allocate the freed-up funds to enhance Blackhawks, the new CH-47F Block II Chinook cargo helicopter, the future long-range assault aircraft, and improve its unmanned aerial reconnaissance capabilities. General James Rainey, an acquisition leader, stated that he does not view the cancellation of FARA as a failure, emphasizing that the Army is making significant progress in its modernization efforts, with most of its major programs either on schedule or ahead of schedule. In terms of ongoing programs, the Army is advancing the Future Long-Range Assault Aircraft Initiative, with Bell Textron contracted to deliver its V-280 tiltrotor aircraft. Despite doubts about managing 2 major aircraft programs simultaneously, Army officials stress that modernization remains critical. The Army also plans to invest in reconnaissance unmanned aerial systems to enhance its capabilities for high-end combat. America's newest warbird can destroy an entire enemy air force with a single mission. The F-15EX Eagle II is a menacing beast with razor-sharp sensors and devastating 15 deadly missiles that completely revolutionize aerial warfare. Could this be the weapon that makes stealth fighters obsolete? What happens when America's enemies face a fighter jet that never runs out of missiles? Join us as we find out why America's new F-15X Eagle II is feared around the world. The story of the F-15 started during the Vietnam War when the United States needed a better fighter jet to keep up with enemy planes. In 1972, a new aircraft took its first flight, the F-15 Eagle. This wasn't just any plane. It was America's answer to Soviet jets that were proving faster and more maneuverable than the United States planes flying in Vietnam. The F-15 was built based on what the military had learned in battle. Instead of trying to do everything like older jets, the Eagle was designed to do one thing very well: win air battles. Its two engines gave it incredible speed, and its large wings helped it make sharp turns, making it both fast and agile. You could think of it like a heavyweight boxer who moves like a dancer. That's what made the F-15 so special. With its speed, strength, and ability to outmaneuver other jets, the F-15 quickly became a powerful weapon in the sky. It wasn't just built to compete, it was built to dominate. Over time, the F-15 proved itself in many battles, becoming a symbol of U.S. air power and showing that the lessons learned in Vietnam were put to good use. In 1986, a new version called the F-15E Strike Eagle joined the family. This model was like giving a boxer a new set of skills. Not only could it fight other aircraft, but it could also carry bombs to strike ground targets. The Strike Eagle proved so successful that it changed how the Air Force thought about fighter jets. Fast forward to 2021, and the newest member of the family arrived, the F-15X Eagle II. This version keeps the tough, proven design of its ancestors, but adds cutting-edge technology. It is basically taking a classic muscle car and giving it the latest computers, sensors, and electronics. That's what Boeing did with the Eagle II. What makes this history remarkable is how the F-15 has stayed relevant for over 15 years. While many aircraft from the 1970s have retired, the F-15 keeps evolving. The original design was so good that engineers kept finding ways to make it better rather than replace it. The F-15's success isn't just about American pride. It has proven itself in combat worldwide. Israeli F-15s have never lost a fight in air combat. Saudi Arabian Eagles defended against Iraqi attacks. Japanese F-15s guard their homeland daily. This track record helped make the F-15 one of the most trusted fighter jets ever built. Every time experts predicted the F-15 would be replaced by newer jets, it adapted and proved them wrong. As the Eagle continued to dominate the skies over 5 decades, how did Boeing transform this classic fighter into a cutting-edge digital warrior? Inside the fighter jet, traditional cockpit gauges have given way to large touchscreens that would make any tech enthusiast envious. These interactive displays give pilots instant access to critical flight information, weapon status, and threat data. Imagine having several high-end tablet computers seamlessly integrated into your control center. This digital cockpit reduces pilot workload and allows for quicker decision-making in combat situations. At the heart of this transformation is what Boeing calls the fastest mission computer ever installed on a fighter jet. This computer processes combat information at lightning speed, handling everything from targeting calculations to defensive systems. It's like giving the aircraft a supercomputer brain that can think and react faster than its opponents. The Eagle Passive Active Warning and Survivability System represents another leap forward. This electronic guard angel constantly scans for threats and automatically suggests countermeasures. It's sophisticated enough to detect enemy radar signals, incoming missiles, and other dangers while recommending the best defensive actions, all in real time. Pilots now benefit from the Joint Helmet-Mounted Cueing System, which turns their helmet into an advanced targeting device. By simply looking at an enemy aircraft, pilots can lock onto targets and launch missiles, a capability that seems straight out of science fiction, but is now standard equipment. Perhaps the most significant advancement is the Open Mission System architecture. This innovative approach allows the fighter jet to receive software and hardware upgrades quickly, much like updating your smartphone. Instead of lengthy overhauls, new capabilities can be added through simple updates, keeping the aircraft current against evolving threats. The digital fly-by-wire flight controls represent another major improvement. Unlike older mechanical systems, these controls use electronic signals to translate pilot inputs into aircraft movements. This technology not only makes the aircraft more responsive, but also adds layers of protection against pilot errors and extreme maneuvers. These technological updates work together in harmony, creating a fighter jet that's both easier to fly and more lethal in combat. While the exterior may look similar to earlier F-15s, the cockpit and internal systems would be unrecognizable to pilots from previous generations. The airfighter proves that sometimes the best innovation comes from modernizing proven designs rather than starting from scratch. Boeing's engineers achieved something remarkable by maintaining the F-15's legendary performance while adding technology that keeps it competitive against newer fighters. This combination of raw power and advanced electronics ensures the Eagle II will remain a formidable presence in the skies for decades to come. With such advanced technology at its core, one might wonder, how does this airfighter transform all this digital power into raw combat capability? The F-15X's weapons capacity tells a story of remarkable evolution. While earlier F-15 models carried 8 missiles, the new Eagle II can load up with an impressive arsenal of 12 air-to-air missiles plus 3 cruise missiles. This dramatic increase comes from the innovative Advanced Missile and Bomb Ejector Rack that allows more weapons to fit in the same space. The aircraft now boasts 23 weapon stations, up from the 17 found on older models. Think of it as upgrading from a pickup truck to an 18-wheeler. The same basic concept, but much more hauling power. This increase isn't just about numbers, it's about flexibility. This fighter jet can carry different combinations of weapons for various missions, from air combat to ground attack. In a typical combat load, the Eagle II can carry 12 AMRAAM missiles for long-range air battles. These radar-guided missiles can track multiple targets simultaneously, giving pilots a significant advantage in complex aerial engagements. The aircraft can also carry Sidewinder missiles for close-range dogfights, making it deadly at any distance. What makes this weapon's capacity truly special is the ability to carry outsized weapons like the AGM-183 ARRW hypersonic missile. These massive missiles are too large for stealth fighters to carry internally, making this airfighter uniquely suited for certain critical missions. The plane can also load up with precision bombs, anti-radar missiles, and various other weapons depending on the mission requirements. All these weapons are managed by an advanced digital system that helps pilots track and deploy their arsenal effectively. The head-up display shows vital information about selected weapons, while controls on the throttle and stick allow for quick weapon selection and firing. It's like having a video game interface, but for real combat situations. However, carrying more weapons does come with trade-offs. A fully loaded F-15EX will fly slower and less nimbly than an empty one. But Boeing's engineers have cleverly designed the aircraft to maintain good handling characteristics, even when loaded to its maximum capacity of 29,000 pounds of weapons and fuel. This massive weapon capacity makes this airfighter unique in modern air forces. While stealth fighters must hide their weapons inside internal bays to maintain their radar-evading properties, the Eagle II proudly carries its arsenal externally, serving as a flying arsenal that can support other aircraft in combat operations. With such impressive firepower at its disposal, what makes the F-15X's combat capabilities truly extraordinary in real-world scenarios? The F-15X's combat effectiveness comes down to simple math, but with remarkable results. Even with a conservative 50% success rate for its missiles, a single airfighter could potentially eliminate 6 enemy aircraft in one mission. This isn't just about raw numbers. It's about changing the dynamics of aerial combat. When adversaries know they're facing an aircraft with such overwhelming firepower, they must completely rethink their tactics. The JASSM cruise missiles add another dimension to the Eagle II's capabilities. These stealthy weapons can strike targets up to 250 miles away while staying hidden from enemy radar. Think of them as invisible arrows that can thread through the most sophisticated air defenses. With 3 of these missiles, one of this airfighter can attack multiple heavily defended targets without putting itself at risk. What makes the F-15X truly special is its versatility in combat. After launching its cruise missiles at ground targets, it can immediately switch roles and engage enemy aircraft. This dual-role capability is like having 2 fighters in one, a bomber that can defend itself and a fighter that can strike ground targets. The rear cockpit adds another advantage with a dedicated weapons systems officer. While the pilot focuses on flying, The WSO manages the complex weapon systems using 4 advanced display screens. They can track targets, monitor threats, and coordinate attacks, essentially doubling the aircraft's combat effectiveness. The advanced targeting systems, including infrared sensors and precision radar, allow the crew to operate in any weather, day or night. The terrain-following radar lets them fly at extremely low altitudes to avoid detection, while the digital moving map system ensures precise navigation, even in the most challenging conditions. Powering all this capability are 2 engines that can generate up to 58,000 pounds of thrust combined. This massive power allows the fighter jet to accelerate from idle to maximum afterburner in less than 4 seconds, crucial for escaping danger or pursuing targets. The conformal fuel tanks provide extended range without sacrificing performance, letting the aircraft operate far from its home base. Together, these capabilities make the fighter jet a formidable presence in modern air warfare. It can strike from beyond enemy radar range, defend itself in close combat, and adapt to changing mission requirements on the fly. This flexibility, combined with its massive weapon capacity, means a small number of air fighters can have an outsized impact on any conflict. With such impressive combat capabilities in both air and ground missions, one might wonder, how does this fighter jet compete in a world dominated by stealth fighters like the F-35? The difference between stealth and non-stealth fighters comes down to a fundamental design choice. Stealth aircraft, like the F-35, must hide their weapons inside internal bays to maintain their radar-evading properties. It's like trying to smuggle something under a coat. The bulge gives it away. The fighter jet takes the opposite approach, proudly displaying its arsenal on external racks, trading stealth for raw firepower. While this might seem like a disadvantage, Boeing has found clever ways to compensate. The new Eagle passive warning survivability system gives the fighter jet advanced electronic warfare capabilities. Think of it as an electronic shield that can detect threats, jam enemy radars, and help the aircraft survive in heavily defended airspace. This system allows the airfighter to blind enemy defenses electronically rather than hiding from them physically. The F-15EX's design actually evolved from an earlier concept called the Silent Eagle, which incorporated some stealth features. While the current version isn't as stealthy as that prototype, it likely inherited some radar-reducing features. Boeing remains quiet about specific details, but the aircraft may use radar-absorbing materials on its front sections, making it harder to detect from certain angles. Instead of relying solely on radar, the fighter jet can use passive infrared sensors to track targets without giving away their position. This capability, combined with its advanced electronic warfare suite, creates what engineers call virtual stealth, the ability to survive in hostile airspace without traditional stealth design. The trade-off between stealth and weapons capacity reflects different combat philosophies. Stealth fighters slip through enemy defenses undetected, carrying smaller weapon loads internally. The fighter jet, however, can overwhelm those same defenses with superior firepower and electronic warfare. It's the difference between a ninja and a heavily armed warrior. This non-stealth design also offers practical advantages. External weapons make the air fighter more versatile. Weapons can be quickly loaded, changed, or upgraded without the complex engineering required for internal weapon bays. The aircraft can carry outsized weapons that simply wouldn't fit inside a stealth fighter, including new hypersonic missiles. The speed and maneuverability trade-offs are also worth noting. While a fully loaded F-15EX will fly slower than when empty, its powerful engines and advanced flight controls help maintain good handling characteristics. The aircraft's digital fly-by-wire system automatically compensates for different weapon loads, making it easier for pilots to fly effectively, regardless of configuration. Boeing's approach acknowledges a simple truth. Not every mission requires stealth. Sometimes you need raw firepower more than invisibility. This fighter jet excels in defending homeland airspace, providing air superiority over friendly territory, and operating in environments where stealth isn't the primary concern. Its impressive range and weapon capacity make it particularly valuable for missions requiring extended combat operations or multiple target engagements. The result is an aircraft that creates its own niche in modern air warfare. While it may not sneak past advanced air defenses like an F-35, this fighter jet can suppress those same defenses with electronic warfare and overwhelming firepower. This capability, combined with its lower operating costs and proven reliability, ensures the Eagle II remains a formidable force in contemporary air combat. With such impressive technological capabilities and unique design features, what role will the F-15X play in future air warfare alongside stealth fighters? The F-15X's future role represents a clever balance of old and new, combining proven reliability with cutting-edge innovation. Think of it as a missile truck supporting stealthier fighters like the F-35 and F-22. While these stealth aircraft sneak behind enemy lines to identify threats, the fighter jet waits at a safer distance, ready to launch long-range missiles at the targets they discover. This partnership approach maximizes the strengths of both aircraft types. Stealth fighters can carry only a limited number of weapons in their internal bays, but they excel at penetrating heavily defended airspace undetected. The fighter jet, with its massive weapons load, serves as its arsenal, providing additional firepower when needed. It's like having a heavily armed supply ship supporting stealthy scout vessels. The Air Force's decision to invest in the F-15EX wasn't just about replacing aging F-15C fighters. It reflects a deeper understanding of modern air combat needs. Not every mission requires stealth, and sometimes having an aircraft that can carry large amounts of weapons while operating from distant bases proves more valuable. This fighter jet, with its impressive range and payload capacity, fills this role perfectly. Looking ahead, the F-15EX is positioned to become even more important as new weapons enter service. It's currently the only fighter capable of carrying the Air Force's newest hypersonic missiles and other oversized weapons. This unique capability makes it invaluable for long-range strike missions and deterrence operations, especially in vast regions like the Pacific Theater. The aircraft's open mission systems architecture represents another key advantage for future operations. This design allows for quick updates to software and hardware, similar to upgrading a computer. As new threats emerge or better technology becomes available, the airfighter can adapt quickly without requiring major rebuilds. Interoperability with allies adds another dimension to the fighter jet's future role. Many United States allies already operate F-15s, making it easier to share maintenance facilities, spare parts, and training resources. This commonality strengthens military partnerships and improves coalition operations in potential conflicts. Cost effectiveness also shapes the fighter jet's future importance. While not cheap, it costs less to operate than stealth fighters and requires less maintenance. The Air Force can maintain a larger fleet of these aircraft, ensuring better coverage for homeland defense and international operations. The F-15X's advanced electronic warfare capabilities represent a significant shift in how modern air combat is approached. Instead of relying solely on physical stealth to evade detection, the airfighter employs a blend of sophisticated jamming, deception, and defensive systems designed to confuse and disrupt enemy radar and missile targeting. This virtual stealth concept offers an adaptable layer of protection, which becomes crucial as radar and detection technologies continue to improve. By focusing on these electronic countermeasures, the fighter jet can operate effectively in highly contested environments, where stealth alone might not be sufficient to remain undetected. What makes this even more vital is the fighter jet's ability to project power far from home. With its long-range capabilities and massive payload capacity, this fighter is specifically designed for scenarios where air bases may be spread across vast distances, such as in the Pacific Theater. In such regions, the aircraft may have to operate independently or in small numbers, yet still face adversaries with superior numerical strength. The F-15EX mitigates this disadvantage by combining its formidable range, advanced avionics, and ability to carry a variety of precision-guided munitions. This flexibility allows it to engage a range of targets and return safely to distant air bases, maintaining operational effectiveness even when outnumbered or operating far from logistical support. In this context, the F-15EX is not just a fighter jet, it's a force multiplier. Its ability to defend itself while delivering payloads over long distances ensures that the Air Force can respond to threats across a broad spectrum of conflict zones, maintaining strategic dominance regardless of how far the theater of operations might be from home bases. This makes the aircraft particularly invaluable in scenarios where air dominance must be achieved in challenging environments with limited infrastructure, reinforcing the Air Force's ability to fight and win, even when faced with overwhelming odds. As tensions rise globally and the nature of aerial warfare continues to evolve, the fighter jet's role appears increasingly crucial. It bridges the gap between fourth and fifth generation fighters while providing capabilities neither can match. This versatility, combined with its impressive combat performance, suggests the Eagle II will remain a vital part of America's air power well into the future. Elon Musk has just shared news that's capturing global attention. Recently, over 50 UFO sightings have been reported near nuclear sites, and this report is backed by shocking footage that was revealed during a U.S. congressional hearing. The video showed massive, unidentified objects hovering around nuclear bases, raising serious national security concerns. Could these objects pose a real threat to these sites? Has the U.S. taken any public steps to address this alarming situation? Join us as we unveil the details of Elon Musk's recent revelation regarding the UFO aircraft that disabled the Russian nuclear threat. The U.S. is no stranger to unusual UFO sightings. The very first famous UFO sighting happened in 1947 when a businessman, Kenneth Arnold, reported seeing 9 fast-moving objects while flying near Mount Rainier in Washington. He estimated their speed at thousands of miles per hour and described them as moving like saucers skipping on water. Newspapers mistakenly described them as saucer-shaped, which led to the term flying saucer. As UFO sightings increased, the United States Air Force initially denied the existence of such objects, but due to growing reports, eventually launched an investigation in 1948 called Project Sign, initially suggesting the objects could be advanced Soviet aircraft. Some, however, believed they might be alien spaceships, a theory known as the extraterrestrial hypothesis. In 1949, Project Sign was replaced by Project Grudge, and in 1952 by Project Blue Book at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. From 1952 to 1969, Project Blue Book collected over 12,000 UFO reports. Each case was classified as either identified, that is, linked to known natural or human-made causes, or unidentified. About 6% of cases couldn't be explained due to limited information. Aside from just being sighted in the skies, these UFOs have been recently sighted and taken interest in sensitive areas, sparking controversial debates among several countries. The U.S. government is now openly discussing UFOs, with Pentagon and Air Force experts detailing strange phenomena near strategic sites, electronics malfunctions, magnetic field changes, and even total system shutdowns. These UFOs were seen near nuclear missile facilities, sometimes even disrupting security systems, looking straight out of a science fiction movie. In the massive $600 billion annual Defense Department budget, the $22 million spent on the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program was barely noticeable, just as the Pentagon intended. For years, this program investigated reports of UFOs managed by military intelligence official Luis Elizondo on the Pentagon's 5th floor. Although the Defense Department says it shut down the program in 2012, supporters say it still operates, with officials quietly reviewing UFO sightings while handling other duties. This secretive program, partly classified, began in 2007, largely funded by the Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, a Nevada Democrat fascinated by space phenomena. Most funds went to an aerospace company run by Reid's friend, billionaire Robert Bigelow, who now collaborates with NASA on expandable space habitats. On CBS's 60 Minutes in May, Bigelow expressed his firm belief in aliens and UFO visits to Earth. Through Bigelow's Las Vegas-based company, the program created documents describing sightings of mysterious aircraft moving at high speeds without visible propulsion or hovering without any obvious lift. Officials in the program have also analyzed videos of encounters between unknown objects and U.S. military aircraft. One video from 2004, released in August, shows a white oval object about the size of a commercial jet being pursued by 2 Navy F/A-18F fighter jets near the aircraft carrier Nimitz off San Diego. Harry Reid, who recently retired from Congress, expressed pride in his role in starting the program, claiming that he is not embarrassed or sorry that got this going. He also revealed in an interview that he thinks it's one of the good things he has accomplished in Congress, relating it to doing something unique. Former Senators Ted Stevens, an Alaska Republican, and Daniel Kawamoe, a Hawaii Democrat, both on a defense spending committee, also backed the program. Astrophysicist Sarah Seeger of MIT offered a reminder. Just because an object's origin is unknown doesn't mean it's from outer space. She explained that unusual sightings can be worth investigating, but science often leaves people with mysteries that they can't fully explain. James E. Oberg, a former NASA engineer and author who often debunks UFO sightings, was skeptical about UFO claims. He explained that there are many ordinary events and quirks in human perception that can explain these stories. Many people fly under the radar, not wanting to be noticed, even stirring up confusion to stay hidden. Still, Oberg welcomed the research, revealing that there could be a hidden gem here. In response to inquiries, Pentagon officials recently confirmed the program's existence, saying it began under the Defense Intelligence Agency, but ended in 2012 due to budget priorities, according to spokesman Thomas Crossan. However, former program leader Luis Elizondo clarified that only the government funding stopped in 2012. Elizondo said he continued working with Navy and CIA officials from his Pentagon office until he resigned in October over secrecy concerns. In his resignation letter to Defense Secretary Jim Mattis, Elizondo asked why the issue wasn't given more attention. He also mentioned that the program still has a successor, though he didn't reveal who. For decades, the U.S. has investigated UFOs, with the Air Force studying more than 12,000 UFO reports starting in 1947. The project, known as Project Blue Book, found that most sightings were stars, clouds, or conventional aircraft, though 701 cases remained unexplained. The project ended in 1969 when the Air Force concluded it was no longer valuable for security or science. Harry Reid shared that his interest in UFOs stemmed from his friendship with Robert Bigelow. In 2007, Reid learned Bigelow had been approached by a Defense Intelligence Agency official interested in visiting Bigelow's research ranch in Utah. This led Reid to meet with the agency, which wanted to start a UFO research program. He then met with Senators Ted Stevens and Daniel Inouye in a secure Capitol room. He added that years earlier, astronaut John Glenn had encouraged him to take UFO reports seriously, suggesting the government should talk to military pilots who'd seen unidentified aircraft. He also explained that military personnel rarely reported UFO sightings up the chain because they feared ridicule or stigma. When Reid met with Senators Ted Stevens and Daniel Inouye, he recalled that it was one of the easiest meetings he ever had, and Stevens, an Air Force pilot during World War II, eagerly agreed, saying that he had been waiting to do this since he was in the Air Force. Stevens shared a story about being followed by a mysterious aircraft with no known origin for miles. The three senators didn't want the program's funding discussed publicly. Reid called it black money, classified Pentagon funding. Only Stevens and Inouye were in the know, and they intended to keep it that way. Documents show that Congress allocated nearly $22 million from late 2008 to 2011 for the UFO program. The funds supported management, research, and threat assessments related to these mysterious objects. Bigelow Aerospace, owned by Mr. Bigelow, received the funding and hired contractors to support the research. Under Bigelow's direction, the company set up facilities in Las Vegas to store unusual metal alloys and materials reportedly collected from unidentified flying objects. Researchers studied people who claimed physical effects from encounters with UFOs and examined military members who reported strange sightings. Harold E. Puthoff, an engineer and program contractor, likened the research to giving Leonardo da Vinci a garage door opener. He'd be puzzled by its materials and technology, having no context to understand it. The program also collected audio and video evidence, including footage from a Navy F/A-18 Super Hornet showing a glowing, fast-moving object rotating in midair. In the video, Navy pilots express shock, with one saying, "There's a whole fleet of them." Pentagon officials, however, did not disclose the location or date of this event. In an interview, Mr. Bigelow shared strong views, revealing that they are the most behind on this issue internationally, and that scientists worry about being excluded, and even the media fears the stigma. China, Russia, and even smaller countries like Belgium, France, and Chile are far more open. They approach this topic without the childish taboo that the U.S. have. By 2009, Mr. Reid believed the program had made remarkable findings, and pushed for tighter security to protect them. In a letter to Deputy Defense Secretary William Lynn III, he requested the program be classified as a restricted special access program for a select few officials. A 2009 Pentagon briefing noted that science fiction had become science fact and warned that some technologies were beyond the U.S.'s defensive capabilities. However, Mr. Reed's request for special protection was declined. In his resignation letter dated October 4, Mr. Elizondo emphasized the importance of addressing reports from the Navy and other branches about unusual aerial systems that were reportedly interfering with military weapons and exhibiting capabilities beyond current technology. He expressed frustration with the program's limitations and urged Mr. Mattis to prioritize understanding these phenomena's capabilities and intentions for national security. Following his resignation, Mr. Elizondo joined Mr. Puthoff and former defense official Christopher Mellon to launch Asterisk to the Stars Academy of Arts and Science Asterisk, a commercial venture aimed at raising funds to research UFOs. In an interview, Mr. Elizondo mentioned that he and his colleagues had found no evidence suggesting these phenomena originated from any specific country, adding that this was not information any government should withhold from the public. Mr. Reed also shared his thoughts, noting that the origins of these objects remained unknown. He cautioned that anyone claiming to have answers was mistaken, but asserted that taking initial steps in this research was necessary. So this brings us back to the question, why are these objects suddenly focused on military bases? What if these sightings aren't alien at all, but rather top-secret U.S. military projects? Could the mysterious UFOs really be advanced U.S. tech, like the stealthy X-59 or X-44? Perhaps recent missile mishaps, like the one in Russia, could even be hidden under this UFO buzz, a clever cover story to disguise high-speed maneuverable aircraft like the X-59. This supersonic jet flies at over 2,850 miles per hour, almost silently thanks to its special tech that reduces the sonic boom. It can slip into enemy territory without detection, moving faster than sound without making a sound. Its stealthy, mysterious movements even resemble UFOs, suddenly appearing and disappearing. Its main job? To gather intel on enemy defenses without setting off any alarms, silent, incredibly fast, and with a strange design that seems almost otherworldly. Now enter the X-44 Manta, an even more advanced machine. With speeds up to 2,000 miles per hour and unmatched agility, it can outmaneuver even the most sophisticated missiles, dodging attacks with ease. Its stealth makes it look like a UFO, quickly vanishing and reappearing. Imagine all this tech combined into one craft. A super-fast, nearly invisible, highly maneuverable fighter that explains many recent UFO sightings. Could companies like SpaceX be secretly developing this tech? The latest congressional hearings showed shocking footage of unidentified objects near nuclear bases, raising concerns about national security. Could these sightings be top-secret aircraft from the U.S. or another country? Public interest and questions keep growing, and the Pentagon may push for more resources to develop tech for identifying and defending against these unknown objects. Could this UFO mystery drive the next generation of aviation? The big question is, how long until the truth gets uncovered? Sightings of unknown objects near nuclear sites show a clear need to dig deeper into these mysteries. If these UFOs are actually part of secret military projects, we could see big investments in tech to protect key facilities. The government's recent openness about UFOs has sparked public curiosity, with people demanding more transparency. Just recently, the Pentagon revealed secret details about the top-secret X-44 Manta, worth $300 million, a high-tech aircraft kept under wraps for years. This cutting-edge, stealthy jet, built by Lockheed Martin, was designed to stand out, literally with no tail and revolutionary speed. It can reach Mach 1 within seconds, cover 3,000 nautical miles, stay in flight for 50 hours with refueling, and strike fast-moving targets. With a unique parallax coating, it's practically invisible to radar and even the human eye. Leaks suggest the X-44 isn't just real, but undergoing upgrades for complex missions. The Manta project, which started in the 1990s, was born from the need for unmatched stealth and speed, with Lockheed Martin as the creative force behind it. Designed with no tail for better maneuverability and low radar visibility, the Manta flies supersonically at 1,740 miles per hour and can reach up to 68,900 feet. Then, without explanation, the project was classified, sparking public interest. Many suspected the Manta's power was so advanced that its existence had to be hidden. One of its wildest abilities? Vanishing. The Manta's parallax tech uses cameras and displays to create an image mirroring the sky, effectively making the plane invisible. Its weaponry is equally stunning, boasting hypersonic missiles that travel at 2,850 miles per hour, dodging traditional air defenses with pinpoint accuracy. And with advanced bombs and a massive payload, it's a nearly invulnerable, thunderbolt-like force in the sky. This aircraft is truly a game-changer. Rumor has it that this technological marvel might even have an electromagnetic gun, which could disable an enemy's entire electronic setup with pinpoint accuracy. Whether that's true or not, one thing is certain: the X-44 Manta is poised to shape the future of warfare. This aircraft is believed to have the ability to disappear, destroy, and outmatch any opponent. Its existence is shifting our understanding of military tech. What we thought was cutting edge is just the start. If this technology is real, it raises new questions. How do one defend against something invisible? How do you counter a threat that can appear anywhere, anytime? This unveiling may push other countries to speed up their own stealth tech development, leading to a new level of arms competition. And the big question is, are we ready for this future? If these technologies can protect, they could also be used offensively, potentially shifting defense and attack strategies worldwide. This aircraft Manta isn't just another jet. It signals a new era of technology that could turn everything on its head. Its unique parallax coating, hypersonic missiles, and unmatched stealth make it a fearsome weapon and a powerful defender. The Manta's declassification highlights the need for transparency around military advances, as these technologies can shift global power dynamics. As this breakthrough jet, crafted with NASA and Lockheed Martin, heads toward a new era, it might even transform how we think about future transportation with its sleek, otherworldly design and unparalleled capabilities. But the X-44 Manta is not the only aircraft with mind-blowing features. Let's check out the capabilities of the X-59. Over 300 engineers are bringing the X-59 jet to life, and for good reason. This $250 million supersonic aircraft can fly 1.5 times faster than the speed of sound. Developed by Lockheed Martin as part of NASA's low-boom flight demonstrator program, the X-59 aims to make supersonic flights quieter, reducing noise impact on the environment, and making high-speed travel more practical and attractive. Previous supersonic jets were incredibly loud, with takeoff noise reaching 110 decibels, well above the safe level of 70 decibels for human ears. The goal with the X-59 is to avoid this sonic boom effect and create a quieter sound, making it safe for flights over cities and suburbs. Its unique, long, thin shape and special nose fairing are designed to minimize noise when breaking the sound barrier. Using high-strength materials like carbon fiber and titanium, engineers ensure the plane is sturdy yet lightweight. After 7 years of design, Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works began building the X-59 prototype, powered by a modified General Electric F414 engine, known for its power in fighter jets. This engine, producing 10 tons of thrust, was adapted to meet commercial standards. To ensure success, NASA and Lockheed Martin built a simulator to train pilots for the new aircraft, although some doubt remains about its efficiency and safety. Lockheed Martin is working closely with communities near test sites to inform them about the goals of this new technology, which NASA will begin testing soon. An exciting flight test of the X-59 is set to take place over selected U.S. cities, where NASA will gather information on the sound it produces and how people react to it. This valuable data will help the FAA and international regulators decide on the future of supersonic travel. And if the team overcomes a few final hurdles, it could happen as soon as this year. The X-59 aims to succeed where the iconic Concorde struggled. Though the Concorde had flown passengers across the Atlantic since the 1970s, only 13 of these planes were built. They were expensive, noisy, and banned in 2003 over safety and noise issues. Learning from this, Lockheed engineers designed the X-59 with revolutionary features like an external vision system. Since it lacks a front windshield, a camera shows the pilot a live feed of the skies ahead, right on their cockpit screen. Before the big demonstration flight, the X-59 will go through thrilling test flights. Pilots will check all systems carefully, then head to remote areas to test supersonic speeds without disturbing anyone. Like the Concorde, it'll take about 15 to 20 minutes to reach supersonic speed, but the X-59 is designed to fly more quietly. Every landing and system check is well planned to ensure smooth operation. Some people harbor doubt that the X-59 will bring back affordable supersonic travel, and ticket prices remain uncertain. But with each milestone achieved, this technological marvel moves closer to revolutionizing air travel. It won't be long before the world experiences if this groundbreaking aircraft can make supersonic passenger flights a reality and would surpass the capabilities of the Concorde at the same time. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link appearing on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.